horses of man and machine. They're 4 wide. Green flag, showtime. The Knoxville Nationals are green. One week before the greatest race in coast-to-coast history, the Knoxville Nationals take place. Monday Night Madness, the home of the 360 sprint cars and Open 358. Head to Lernerville Speedway in Pennsylvania for some fast, high banked, and a lot of passing action here. Welcome to another edition of Monday Night Madness here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We are here in Sarver, Pennsylvania, the home of a lot of things. Most recently, the Firecracker, and soon will be the home of the Silver Cup. Glad you could join us here on Monday Night Madness. It is the home of the Silver Cup for High Limit coming on up. Marty Sakala with you alongside Brandon Dittmer. BD filling in for Zach Chapman. Hope you're feeling well, brother. Get well soon. Let's talk to him next week. Brandon, we are back here once again at Lernerville. What are we gonna expect here tonight?
Lots and lots of fall-offs. This is going to be a very fun track. It's especially here in the 358. I think it was mostly bottom fed a lot of the last time we were here. Hopefully that kind of gets it into the 2-lane more this season. But no, this is a great track, great passing, great slide jobs, you know. Just don't throw it in too hard or you will be down by the boats.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, that's for sure, especially on the back straight. Let's talk about last week, the first ever trip to the Oswego Speedway. And boy, did it not disappoint one bit. It's for not just the mods, but also a dream coming true for me seeing sprint cars on the track. And last week, it was Isaac Salas taking home the checkered flag. Isaac didn't want to miss Oswego. That's one of his favorite tracks in real life.
Yeah, he was all giddy about Oswego dirt coming in. So were you. So was everybody else on the sim, I believe. And Isaac sure proved it enough, even with the banged up car from lap 2, I believe it was, when he got into the wall fighting me. He held on to that thing and drove her to a heck of a nice victory there in the 358s.
Absolutely. So 3 wins on the season for Solace in 4 starts on the season. The top 3 in the standings without the drops. Very tight right now, BD. Separated by 6 points. Sam Bachman driving in the 107, who I don't believe I actually see on tonight's roster. Currently has the points lead. Kurt Schatzer, Superman in the 218, currently holds the 2nd spot. But I don't, nope, Superman is here tonight as here comes Schatzer. We'll get his paint scheme popped up here. He could be the man to be here at Lernerville. We know he's very good at this track in the late model. We'll see how he can tend to it in a modified this evening.
Sorry, I didn't hear half of what you said over people talking in the chat.
Well, your points leader's not here tonight, Sam Bachman, Brandon, but I mentioned the top 4 drivers, I should say, are, nope, actually, maybe the top 5. I can't tell if that's a 6 or a 5 on my screen. I know the top 4 drivers are separated by 10 points at the moment through 5 races without the drops.
10 points. That's a heck of a battle through, what is it, 4 races you said?
5 races on the year.
5 races. Ooh, that's impressive. And I don't remember seeing a race that close after about half the season.
So Bachman leads the points with 274. Kurt Schatzer is 5 points back with 269. Isaac Salas third at 268. Michael Vitale 4 with 264. Then it's still a battle, though, even with 5th on back. Trevor Giroux 5th at 254. Dean Reynolds 6th at 253. Dylan Kinsey 7th, 246. Gavin Chatham is 8th at 243. This is a fun time to be a modified fan at the moment. Moments away from getting qualifying underway. Let us know who you're rooting for in the chat. Again, we welcome you to Monday Night Madness here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Of course, also as well, when we talk Lernerville, we talk about the fall-off count. Brandon brought it up earlier on in our pre-race intro. You don't want to be a victim to fall off, and if you do, we counter. We always create a stat number. Whenever Slide Job Racing Network broadcasts a race at Lernerville, we always tell you how many fall-offs we've had tonight. Why? Because it's fun. We like to have fun with it, and the fans play along as well. I am going with tonight, Brandon. I'm going to go with 25 this evening.
We're going with 25. I think last time I way overshot.
Yeah, you way overshot. I think I was right on the needle.
You were right there. Oh, that's tough. Trying to think. I'm going to go with, let's go 21.
You go 21. All right. Well, let's know in chat what you're predicting for the fall off here this week. Still waiting on, I believe, the drivers meeting to wrap up, and I believe maybe a driver or two to join us in. Great car count tonight. Once again, we'll have a B-main. 28 drivers and counting. It will be at 28 as we are set to go qualifying for 2 minutes at the moment. Fastest time, to try and put your fastest time as possible. And we will be inverting the top 4 drivers in each heat. So we'll have 4 heats tonight. We know that. So I believe that'll put 13 through 16 on pole position here tonight. We're gonna watch BD, the number 83 car. Right on board with him on lap number 1. Show you what a lap is like here at Lernerville Speedway. You can see as well how slick the track has gotten already throughout practice. Don't believe they did a reset in qualifying. As the first times go up on the board here. BD sets the mark at a 16:12. Scott Rayome quickest now the full throttle motorsports 4:15.71. Brian Dickens is the time for the 122 as he goes quick time. Gavin Chatham currently second in the 99. Jeff Barker to the top at a 15:55. Trent Verstraeten answers that back. They tied at a 15:47. Slide job to the top at a 15:50. Jeff Barker at lap number 2 thought he had it in qualifying, but what a lap time for the Brewerton Beast. Here comes Kurt Schatzer off for turn number 4, looking for a better lap. This could be a better lap. He was green in sector 2. It's a 15.76. Trevor Giroux, the Philly Flyer, 4th quickest on. Believe that was his second lap at a 15.548, which seems to be the case. 20 seconds left in qualifying here. Dan McLaren has already completed his laps. Here's Steven Stewart in the number 29. His car says the 5. That's not Sly Job's machine. That's Steven Stewart. He is 9th quickest. Randy Shreves 17th, but Isaac Salas, last week's winner to the top at a 15.504, 400ths better than Trent Verstraeten. What a qualifying session, Brandon.
Yeah, this place never disappoints with the top 8, separated by just a 1.5 or 1/1500ths of a second. Brandon, talk today, Jesus.
It's been a while since you've done it. I understand.
It has been a while since I've been up here.
Yeah, so.
And I qualified dead last out of everyone that went. That is.
Have to pay respects.
That is unfortunate.
So. All right, let's go to heat race number 1, which is brought to you by Gambler Motorsports, the official team of the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Here's the way they line up for heat 1. Winner starts on pole position tonight for our 30-lap feature. Bob DeGood starts on pole. He's in car number 7. To his outside, the number 29 of Steven Stewart. Row number 2, it's Superman Kurt Schatzer. He's in the 218. Next to him, it's Sly Job Isaac Salas in car number 5. Row 3, Randy Shreves. He's in the number 56. And next to him, Rick Main in the number 187. Final row tonight, Jake Henry in the 171. No call to the grid, though, for Logan Wentz, the Full Throttle Motorsports 118. So I believe he'll start from the back of the B main. Either that or he'll take the green flag later. When we get to the sprint car portion of our features later tonight here, Brandon, it will be big because if you win, you may have the momentum going on into next week. I know Lernerville and Knoxville are 2 completely different tracks, but to say you were the winner last week, approaching the biggest race in coast-to-coast history, yeah, you're going to have a lot of fun going into next week.
Oh, that's a big confidence boost, especially headed into the Knoxville Nationals.
Contact already. As we take the green flag. Go ahead, Brandon. I'm sorry.
I lost my train of thought anyway. Go ahead.
It was Rick Main and Randy Shreves touching as we are underway for Heat 1. Top 4 transfer to the feature. Winner on pole tonight for the 30-lap feature. It's Bob DeGood first, Kurt Schatzer second, 3 wide for third as Steven Stewart got a little too high, wide, and handsome. Isaac Salas tries to take away the position, and he may try to go 2 for 1 at Kurt Schatzer. They lean.
Isaac just slid up a little bit.
He touched
really
the berm.
The bottom.
Dean's favorite term, no yaw for Salas throughout 3 and 4. Here comes Steven Stewart in the 29 trying to take away third. 3 wide for the 3rd position.
Steven Stewart tried to go down there and mowed a little bit of grass. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him as Salas rips on the outside.
And that puts Randy Shreves up into 4th. And right now, folks, as we're halfway home in Heat 1, Kurt Schatzer, the quickest driver on track at a 15.77. Bob DeGood last time by at a 15.90. Good start here for the driver, the number 7 tonight.
Yeah, a really good start, but Isaac was finding something there on that outside, absolutely ripping us. Here he goes to the inside of Kurt Schatzer for second.
It's the battle for the runner-up position. If you finish second here tonight, you start 5th in the feature. 15.76 last time by for Isaac Salas. Tries to use the Alex Payne line like he ran last night at Wheat Sport in the Hall of Fame 100 of the opening laps as we're on the white flag, 1 lap to go. Well, we know who's going to win heat race number 1 and start on pole. That's Bob DeGood. Who finishes second? Kurt Schatzer or Isaac Salas? Give it to the 218. Salas 3rd, Shreves 4th, Stewart 5th, Main 6th, Henry 7th, and Logan Wentz 8th. But Bob DeGood in the Gamblins Plus number 7 is on pole for the 30-lap feature. How about that for DeGood?
That is fantastic for DeGood, getting that jump out there. That's a good confidence boost heading into that. Especially, you're beating Isaac Salas at Lernerville. You couldn't get much happier than that. I'd be giddy.
Yeah, I would be giddy too, that's for sure. Let's move to heat race number 2. Heat 2 tonight brought to you by Regency Home Inspection, a leading provider of residential home inspection services in New York's northern Hudson Valley region. Regency Home Inspections, proud partner of Brian Lawson and the entire Venom Racing clan. On the pole tonight, Glenn Sharp. He's in car number 99. Next to him, it's Brian Dickens in the Dirt Track Bank 122. Row 2, Dan McLaren. Soupy with the Chrome 88. Or maybe even the 24-karat gold 88 in the Venom Racing ride. Next to him, his teammate Trent Verstraeten, fellow Canadian in the Super Dirt Car Series entry. Row number 3, it is the 011 of Randall Dixon, the Gears Unlimited Vitale Motorsports ride. Next to him, Dean Reynolds in the Full Throttle Motorsports Super Dirt Car Series number 79. Final driver in the grid tonight, Brandon Dittmer, the Spider Monkey with the Tim Sears Jr. Training Wheels Racing 83X. All right, BD, good luck to you in this heat race.
Thank you.
As we are green for heat race number 2 at Lernerville. Bad start from Sharp with the 99. Brian Dickens should go through the race lead early. However, though, Sharp trying to fight back. Verstraeten third, McLaren fourth. And McLaren thinks about 3 wide for second with Verstraeten all the way up top. They touch. And Dean Reynolds forces his way around the outside through past Glenn Sharp. He may try the 2-for-1 discount as well for third, but I'm out for the race lead. Side by side to turn number 3. Brian Dickens looking to take the race lead away off of turn number 4. He's got a 2 drivers over rather. Glenn Sharp and Randall Dixon. So you can put 2 on the fall-off count there, ladies and gentlemen. We'll update that in just a little bit. We're focused on this race for the lead. Trent Verstraeten against Brian Dickens at a 15.77 last time by for the number 088. Reynolds in third, and a change for the final transfer spot as Brandon Dittmer makes his way past Dan McLaren with 2 laps to go. On board with BD. McLaren gives him the lane as the 83 nearly goes over the berm down the back chute. Final lap underway here as Dittmer scrapes the wall. McLaren trying to push him all the way up next to the wall. So they're door-to-door off the corner. A lot more grip for Dan McLaren. Brandon Dittmer tries to diamond it through 3 and 4. Checkers are out for straight and wins the heat. McLaren takes the final transfer spot from Brandon Dittmer. Dickens second, Reynolds third, Sharp fifth. Sharp in 6th and Dixon 7th. But it's Trent Verstraeten who wins heat race number 2. He's on the outside of the front row. You almost got it, BD. Almost got it. All right, we now move on to heat race number 3. And heat 3 brought to you by Maurer Farm Management, the official sponsor of the Retreads division in Coast to Coast. The Ant-Man, Anthony Morano. Glad to see him back with us in the number 32. Next to him, Gavin Chatham in car number 99. Row number 2, Michael Vitale in the Vitale Motorsports 213. Next to him, the Bird to Beast, Jeff Barker in the Can-Am Racing Team 513. Row 3, the Crate Sim Racing 161 of Terry Landis, the Desert Demon. Next to the Venom 97, the return of Butch Baker. Final driver tonight on the grid, the high side banger, Patrick Spangler in car number 39. And gotta say as well, glad to see the Ant-Man Anthony Morano with us tonight. A couple days ago, he had some health issues. Not going to go too deep into them, but Morano with some serious health issues. Glad to see him back. And Ant-Man, hope you're feeling better. Hope you get back to 100%. Good as well at the same time here, Brandon, to see Butch Baker with us as he starts in 6th tonight.
Yeah, it's been a while since Butch has been up with. I think he's been having some computer problems as of late. And glad he's finally got those resolved. And see if we can't see him fight himself into an AMA.
Alrighty. Top 4 transfer. Winner starts inside row number 2. Morano and Chatham set us to bring us to green for heat 3. Here we go.
Great start for Chatham.
One of the best starts we've seen on the high side all night long. Nearly 4 wide for second. Terry Landis backs out of it. That's Barker and Morano. Duke at it for the runner-up position. Final transfer spot belongs to Michael Vitale. That's Chatham leads lap number 1.
Butch Baker is not going away on that outside. Kind of getting held up there by Barker, but he's going to try his best to hold or get right back by Vitale. As he does a little diamond move off that corner.
How about this side-by-side battle off of turn 4 for just a moment? Morano liking the bottom. In the words of Chuck Christner one time, hello, bottom. Trying to get that to work, but I think Chatham read him pretty well as he tries to play some defense. Morano, though, quickest driver on the track that last time by the 15.79. Now as things stand, Chatham much better, though.
Yeah, Chatham's kind of getting the track figured out. I think he's watching his relatives, seeing how much Morano is kind of gaining on him in the corner. He's doing his research, and he is making it work.
Here comes Vitale wanting the third spot over Jeff Barker. They two nearly touched in turns 3 and 4. Morano this time has switched up to the cushion. Can he get a good drive off for turn number 4? Tries to as we're on the final lap. Chatham with a go ahead.
Get off that cushion. You're going to have a heck of a run.
Oh, look at this send for Morano. Can he get it to stick? He cannot. Checkers are out. Gavin Chatham wins heat race number 3. Morano second, Barker third, Vitale fourth, Baker fifth, Landis sixth, and Spangler seventh. So it's Gavin Chatham of the Chatham Motorsports, number 99, your winner of heat race number 3. Moving on to heat 4, here's a look at your starting lineup. Winner starts outside of row number 2. Harold Klump in the 00 on pole position. Next to him, it's Scott Rayome, the Full Throttle Motorsports number 4. Clay Christopherson, been a while since we've called his name out in the 051, inside on row 2. Next to the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux in the 075 Venom Racing Machine. Row number 3, Craig Bristol in car number 89. And next to him, it's the mayor, Steve Bixler, in the 75. Rounding out the grid tonight, Camden O'Connor in the Gambler Motorsports number 35. I don't know if he was at Oshweekend last weekend for the big, not just Northern Summer Nationals, but also the Penny Series. I know his dad, Adam, was up there, as he had to call a lot of the action. Hello to Megan checking in. Hope you're doing well. Did Dean take you to a race last weekend, Megan? I thought I heard she was at a racetrack. I can't remember. I know Dean was at one. So, all right, winner outside row number 2. Green flag is out for heat 4. So it's Klump that gets a good start, tries to get up and defend Scott Rayome, but he crosses over, looks for the race lead down the back chute. He's got it as Giroux and Christopherson bang Nerf bars in turn number 3. One driver over at Steve Bixler. So add that to the fall-off count at 3.
I'm feeling a lot less confident about my fall-off prediction.
Me too. Me too. I did not think that we would see this many fall-offs in heat races. Because, I mean, come on, it's a heat race for crying out loud. 3 wide, meanwhile, for the final transfer spot. That's Christopherson up high. Craig Bristol in the middle and Connor Ross downstairs in the basement. Christopherson up to that final spot. Now looks for third up on the top shelf. As Klump wants second, lets off the throttle for just a moment. This is a heck of a battle. A smorgasbord in turn 2, BD. Now it's Klump in the middle.
Throw a blanket all over 2nd through 6th as they're all fighting and not giving each other an inch of room. It is fantastic to watch.
2 laps to go in our 4th heat race of the night. Rayome still out in front. Had a fun chat with him at Land of Legends last Saturday night before the racing action got going on. Don't think he's going to be running with us in Knoxville next week, but was excited for this race, though, tonight, that's for sure, as we've got 1 lap to go. Giroux second, third Christopherson, Harold Klump in 4th. Can Ross and Bristol get him? He cannot. Meanwhile, off at turn 4, Scott Rayome in the 4, wins heat 4. Giroux second, Christopherson third, Harold Klump 4th, Connor Ross in 5th, 6th Craig Bristol, and 7th Steve Bixler. So now we move on to our last chance showdown tonight, where we'll take the top 8. Here's the lineup here for our B main. Steven Stewart starts on pole position. Next to him, the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer, in car number 83. Row number 2, Butch Baker. He's in the 97. Next to him, Canada Connor Ross, in the 35. Row number 3, Rick Main. He's in the 187. And Glenn Sharp next to him in the 99. Row 4, the Desert Demon. Terry Landis, the 161. And Craig Bristol in car number 39. correction, Bristol in the 89. Running out the top 10, Jake Henry in the 171, and the mayor, Steve Bixler. And Randall Dixon, correction, the 011. Row number 6, Patrick Spangler in the 39. And Steve Bixler in the 75. Logan Wentz, no call to grid, so we'll likely miss out on it. So Spangler starting for the back of the B main. Will have to try and make his way up into 8th to make it into the show. Brandon, best of luck.
Thank you.
Well, folks, in the 8th place driver after lap number 1, starting in that position, is Craig Bristol. These B mains can get a little wild here in open 358 competition as Stewart and Dittmer bring us the green for last chance showdown number 1. Dittmer, a great start as Steven Stewart, the pole sitter, was caught sleeping. Connor Ross around the outside, looks for second. Hang on, Brandon Dittmer. Nearly got a little bit too high there as we're winding them up in 3 and 4. 3 wide for second. Dittmer leads lap number 1. Final transfer spot is Craig Bristol as we're 4 wide in turn 2. Hang on to her, Glenn Sharp. It's boat season for the 099. Oh, big time crash for him. Connor Ross also went over, and he's around to the 35. And the final car in at the moment is currently Randall Dixon. Then it's Jake Henry, Steve Bixler, Connor Ross, and Glenn Sharp. And now it's Bristol that goes over big time as he takes a lick in turn number 3. Steven Bixler and Patrick Spangler going to war for the final transfer spot. Oh boy, Bixler. This is going to be the longest 4 laps of his life if he can hang on to beat Patrick Spangler. There was the mayor at the line for the final spot. But obviously Spangler, one of his home tracks. Gary, a safety crew worker during the firecracker weekend. Bixler trying to send it in for the final spot in. They were still wheel to wheel. Oh, nice counter back from Bixler as he tried to diamond it as they're still side by side. 2 laps to go. Bixler edges out Spangler for right now. Oh boy, I don't know about you, but I think I know who I want to root for right now. Still some good hard racing in front. Final lap underway. Patrick Spangler or Steve Bixler for the final transfer spot. Oh, sideways is Bixler. He may get some grip though off in turn number 2. He may have a chance at the final spot. Spangler opens up the bottom for Steve Bixler. Final time off for turn 4. Spangler gets the final spot in. Oh, that was a fun one at the end between those two. Brandon Dittmer, meanwhile, the winner of the Last Chance Showdown. We will step aside here. First feature of the night coming up next to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. They're lean, they're mean, they're 700 horses of man and machine. They're 4 wide before they start to slip and slide. Here come the Extreme EC TV Coast to Coast Racing League Sprint Cars in the Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? Race, drive, green flag, showtime, the Knoxville Nationals underway. The Coast to Coast Racing League, in partnership with the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame, Dillon Westbrook Racing, and Malcolm's Mills Mill Writing, are proud to present the 5th annual Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals for the Steve King Foundation. July 22nd to July 25th. 4 days of Knoxville action using the actual Knoxville National scoring system. Over $2,200 in payouts and prizes. $15 for Coast to Coast members, $20 for non-Coast to Coast members with a max I rating of 3,000. All proceeds go directly to the Steve King Foundation. Feel free to donate more. Open setup 360s with all races at the Knoxville Raceway. The event will be open to the first 100 drivers. All races will be broadcasted on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. For more info, log on to www.c2crl.com. It's showtime.
You're watching the Coast to Coast Racing League Open 358 Dirt Modifieds on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, presented by Regency Home Inspections. Now let's go racing.
Let's go racing indeed, Brian Lawson. Fall off count, by the way, let's update that right now to 6 as we get set for our feature. Here is the RSN Trackside starting lineup. On the pole, Bob DeGood in car number 7. Next to him, Trent Verstraeten in the 088. Row number 2, Gavin Chatham. He's in the 99. And Scott Rayome in the 444. Row 3, Superman Kurt Schatzer in the 218. And Brian Dickens in the 122, the teammates. Row number 4, the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano in the 32. And Trevor Giroux, the Philly Flyer, in the 075. Rounding out the top 10, it's Slide Job, Isaac Salas in the 5, and Dean Reynolds in the 79. Row 6, the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker in the 513, and Clay Christopherson in the 051. Row 7, Randy Shreves in the 56, and Soupy Dan McLaren in car number 88. Row number 8, Michael Vitale, he is in the 213, and Harold Klump in the 00. Row 9, the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer in the 83, and Steven Stewart in the 29. Row number 10, Terry Landis, the Desert Team in the 161, and Rick Main in the 187. Row 11, Butch Baker in the 97, and Randall Dixon in the 011. And the final row for tonight, Jake Henry in the 171, and the high side banger, Patrick Spangler in the 39. Time for picks to win tonight's feature. Brandon, who do you got?
Hard to pick against that silver machine, Mr. Isaac Salas.
Here you go, Slide Job. All righty. I am going to go with the 4 of Rayome. See if we can get it done tonight. Well, good luck tonight in the feature. If I see you have DNF'd, I'll unmute you, all right?
Sounds good.
Of course, we let the drivers race their race here tonight. Steve King Foundation Pace Car on pit road. One of the benefits of the Knoxville Nationals. Coming up next week, DeGood and Verstraeten bring us to the Flatline Racing Bodies green flag. First feature of the night. It's time to get it on. Oh, trouble already in the back of the field here. Steven Stewart has gone around along with Randall Dixon. Patrick Spangler may have caught a piece in that too. Didn't even get to a corner and we saw a driver spin. Steven Stewart normally not modified regular. We always see him racing the sprint cars throughout the season. Ooh, just a big stack of Dickens and Drew got together. And there's a lot of, I want to say there was a lot of brake checking going on. Those in the restart coming to the green flag. Go on board with Randall Dixon. Now, he was starting in the back of the field. He had the smart decision to lay off, but everyone in front of him, out of nowhere, not a lot of people were going. Let's take a look at an aerial shot here. Off for turn 4 to see who it was that did not go. You see the field fire Somebody was laying back. It may have been, oh, you know what it was? Lawson got Morano. Then Schatzer got into Dickens, the teammate. So that's what started all the checking up. Dickens got sideways, and everyone was trying to get on the binders. So that is what happened. Special thanks to Malcolms for presenting the replay. Megan did go to a race with Dean. Awesome. Good to hear tonight. Good to hear last weekend, Megan. Lights back on the car as we're not going to go green this time by. Talk a little bit more about Knoxville. 4 days of action starting next Monday on the Coast to Coast Racing Network with qualifying night number 1. And then Tuesday, qualifying night number 2. And then Wednesday, the Hard Knocks, the Pole Shuffle. Thursday night, Alphabet Soup, and the 47-lap final. Slide Job Racing Network will have coverage Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday night on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. My favorite event of the year in Coast to Coast. I know it's a lot of people too. A lot of big partners that are joining alongside us, including National Sprint Car Hall of Fame Museum, Southern Ontario Sprints, as well as Victory Fuel, which is the Swindell Speed Labs drink. If you haven't had Victory Fuel, I definitely recommend the Throttle Punch. It is delicious. It's like Gatorade, but without the bad stuff. And it's kid-friendly, too. No caffeine. It's really good. So, you know, Roger, if you're watching, get a code for us. Like Victory Fuel, Victory Lane. That's got a nice twist to it. That rolls to the tongue pretty well. So, all right. Coming back to the green flag. D. Gooden for straight in row 1. Chatham and Schatzer, row 2. Rayome and Dickens, row 3. Morano and Lawson, row 4. Excuse me. And Salas, row 4. Reynolds and Barker round out the top 10. From the green flag is when the positions were last scored. As we're back to green, we work lap number 2. Bob DeGood able to hold serve as it's for Straighten and Chatham that battle for the runner-up position. Schatzer in 4th and Rayome 5th. Chatham liking the baby bottom off of turn number 4. DeGood, though, continues to lead, but we're watching for Straighten as well. Both grooves coming in hot and handy early. This one as DeGood gets sideways, makes a great save, touches with Chatham. For Straighten's got a chance of the race lead. On board with Schatzer as he watches the top 2 go Hoosier to Hoosier into turn number 1. I think DeGood had the advantage, though. But for how long off the corner, it's still for Straighten down the back chute. That edges out DeGood by just about a bumper. But it's the start-finish line where it all completely matters, and Verstraeten goes to the point. Schatzer moved up to 2nd past the driver of the number 7. Butch Baker has crashed. Oh, he's lost the right front. Get that thing towed out of there, Butch. You're pulling off into the infield. Leader's starting to catch up to him. It's just 3 wide for 2nd. Rayome now, the meat in the sandwich. We stay under the green flag for right now. And now Butch puts her into the pits. But this is still a hot battle for the 2nd position. Verstraeten trying to pull away in the Venom 088. Oh, Brian Dickens and Isaac Salas get together. You saw Brian Dickens didn't have 3 wheels on the ground. He had at least 1, always the left front. He may have, I think he had 2 off the ground, to say the least. See battles with Salas for the final spot in the top 5. Oh, look out, Rayome sideways, clips the Tory tire, and a great save from the 4. But that puts Rayome all the way down to the 9th position. Now racing Dean Reynolds for the spot. You see the left side damage on the Full Throttle Motorsports entry. But man, that was some good driving by Scott Rayome. DeGood and Salas for the bottom step of the podium, but we got a race for the race lead. Here comes Schatzer as Verstraeten through the slider. Kurt Schatzer takes advantage of it as they're Bicknell to Bicknell for the top spot. Schatzer able to clear off at turn 4. You've got a new leader. But now Verstraeten tries to counter back off at turn number 2. Caution flag waves. And it's for Clay Christopherson in the 051. Replay, look at what happened. Ooh. One car in the wall, it was Dan McLaren, and no, I don't think that was the cause of it. Rick Main. Sideways. Nobody falls off there, so let's go on board with the Cole back. God, the binders, and man, how he didn't make contact with Dan McLaren, I don't know. Good save, but obviously safety an issue on the racetrack, so have to throw the yellow for that. Gary Sigelkow checking in, rooting for Isaac. Gary made his return with us last week, coast to coast. So it's Kurt Schatzer that was scored as the leader of the last completed green flag lap. And him and Trent Verstraeten have had a good battle for the race lead. But now you got Isaac Salas restarting in the third position. It's Matt Shepard called the IRC from ND. The iRacer champion from North Dakota. Of course, we had to say that when he took the checkered flags to win at Oswego. You know, when we have Super Dirt Modified Week next season, which we already ran back at Charlotte next year, we know it'll be at Oswego. He will be a favorite to win that. That's for sure an early favorite. So, coming back to green, Kurt Schatzer, Trent Verstraeten in row 1, Isaac Salas, Bob DeGood, row number 2. Brian Dickens, Gavin Chatham, row 3. Anthony Morano, Dean Reynolds, row 4. Jeff Barker, Scott Rayome round out the top 10. One driver, numerous laps down. It's Butch Baker in the 97. 11 laps on the board. We go to lap 12, this time by. So it's Schatzer that holds serve. Nice grip from Salas off for turn 2, even with a left front on the grass. But who needs that left front anyway? Slide job. Salas for the lead. Sent it in big time, and he goes to the point. Schatzer tries, though, to counter back in turns 1 and 2 with a slide job of his own. And it could be slide job city here in Sarver, Pennsylvania. Goes deep into it. And Salas out back in front. Schatzer again counters back. Again, door-to-door to turn number 1. And look who else is close in once again. Gavin Chatham started third. He's back up to the spot. He dropped down a little bit earlier on. And Verstraeten gives him the chrome horn. But Chatham's able to save it, though. Oh, boy. We were nearly 4 wide for position number 5. Morano, DeGood, Reynolds, Dickens, Rayome. Oh, my. A hornet's nest going into turn number 3. And look at that. Look at how deep this track is. You could go 5 wide here at Lernerville. Completely possible to do. I recommend not doing it, though. Trevor Giroux trying to find some grip in the middle of the corner. But falls back down to 10th. Drivers liking the top side. Loving the cushion at the moment. But some drivers like Anthony Morano trying to test their way underneath. As you see, he's starting to blink a little bit, have some ping issues. We'll see if Dean Reynolds can take advantage of this. He started 10th. Oh, man, up the wall. Hang on there, Dino. You saw he had a handful there, that's for sure. That's the Ant-Man slot in line in 5th. Gavin Chatham saw him last time by. Try and get a chance on Superman for the 2nd position. That didn't work. Oh, look out for Verstraeten. Off the track he goes. Something broke on the 88. Big time break. I don't know if he had one touch of the wall when the steering arm broke. Man, that was not good one bit. Great camera work by our iRacing cameras. And that does put the fall-off count up to 7 tonight. Trevor Giroux again continuing to lose spots. And look at the man up in 10th. The high side banger, Patrick Spangler, started last. Oh, Brandon Dittmer now off the track. Yeah, he just wanted to put one up on the. Fall off count. We've got 10 laps to go now. Meanwhile, in our first feature of the night, Isaac Salas with just under a 1 second lead. Big slider from Gavin Chatham to go for the runner-up spot Easy comeback for Kurt Schatzer. Superman back up to P2. Oh, and Schatzer in the wall. Chatham trying to use it to his advantage, which he does. Move the 99 up into second. But here comes Morano. 3 cars under a blanket for the runner-up position. Schatzer with a run once again. Oh, man. Chatham had to lift off of that one for just a moment. But a good comeback underneath. Here comes the counter from Schatzer. 6 laps to go in this one. Morano in this battle as well for second as Chatham trying to play defense. Shut the basement from Kurt Schatzer. And that, of course, is the case. 5 laps remaining here in our first feature of the night at Lernerville. Can't show you the 5-lap average like we normally do every week. We're having some technical difficulties with that, so unfortunately we can't show you for that, but I would assume that Isaac Salas has the best 5-lap average with a 1.5-second lead on the field with 3 to go. Morano with an opening for third. That's Kurt Schatzer. Could not cover the high side. And the Ant-Man is up into the 3rd position. But it's still Isaac Salas out in front with 3 laps remaining in our feature. Started from the 9th position. And man, oh man, what a car he's got. What a Venom Racing modified he has. Does have some lap traffic to deal with. That's Brandon Dittmer. But should not be an issue. 2 laps to go. He's having some internet issues, but all good to go. White flag is out on the final lap. Salas with a 2-second lead. He can just play it safe, then sorry. Patrick Spangler, meanwhile, has crashed to the 39. We stay green. The driver of the Super Dirt Car Series, Venom Racing, number 5, adds another checkered flag to the list. Isaac Salas with a win at Lernerville. Chatham 2nd, Morano 3rd, Schatzer 4th, Reynolds 5th. And because of Spangler's spin not getting the hard charger, biggest mover of the night goes to Jake Henry in the 171. From 23rd to 11th. But Isaac Salas, your winner, gets to park it in victory lane. So Salas the winner, Chatham 2nd, Morano 3rd, Schatzer 4th, Reynolds 5th, DeGood 6th, Dickens 7th, Vitale 8th, Riob 9th. Rounding out the top 10 is Trevor Giroux. Look at 11th, 20th, as I mentioned, Jake Henry with a really good run here tonight. Randall Dixon, good charge up to finish 13th in the end. Obviously the heartbreaks tonight to Patrick Spangler as well as Trent Verstraeten. Still surprising to see him break the steering rod on that number 88. You know what? Let's take another look from slow-mo and show you Verstraeten here as we're getting the top 3 all in here. This is what happened to the Venom driver. Off the corner, we'll go slow-mo here for you. And there it touches the wall, and there is the impact that I believe broke a steering arm and maybe even a shock at the same time. And you know what? At the same time, had the wheels tilted to the right and then gets to the left. I think he just wanted to get out of everyone's way. I think that's a class act there from Verstraeten, though, that's for sure. So, all right, we go to the top 3. Our 3rd place finisher, Anthony Morano. Anthony, first off, personally, great to see you back with us in chat after what you were going through last week, and hope you're feeling a lot better. But a nice charge for you tonight. You almost got second, though, with Chatham and Schatzer racing each other.
Yeah, I was licking my chops a little bit when I saw them getting into each other. I was like, oh, I can maybe, get in the corner real high and shoot down and slide them both in the next corner. But, yeah, I'll definitely just, ride around, see where I can end up, and still doing a little recovering from Saturday's event. So, but, yeah, but I'm all right. Sadly, you've been down this road with me. So,
Yes, I have.
Yeah, a few days of rest and be up and ready to go again.
Where did you feel your car was working well in the long run of this race?
Actually, it felt best on the bottom in 3 and 4, but it just wasn't looking to be doing anything when I went down there, so I just kind of abandoned that pretty quick.
Well, good run for you tonight, man. Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
I think my wife Sherry, my teammates at Full Throttle Motorsports, Dean Super Car Logan at High Mom Lens, Expert Installation, MDI TV, DJ Sim Shop, Gunners at Swan Speed, you for doing a broadcast, and everyone at Coast to Coast.
All right. Well, we'll let you go. Great job tonight. And best. Will we see you in the Rebels or no? Not tonight.
I don't think so.
All right.
Not tonight.
Well,
Go
good
get
job.
some sleep.
Well, good. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Well, good job tonight. We will talk to you on Thursday, hopefully.
Hope so, sir.
Yes. And also, first modified races. Obviously, Thursday was you could consider it a rain out, but iRacing, obviously, as you have heard, was DDoSed last Thursday. So that's why we were not able to broadcast. Our second place finisher tonight, Gavin Chatham. Brandon, since you're with me tonight, normally Zach does the second place finishes and modifieds. You want to take this one?
No, not really. No.
Okay, fine, I'll do it. Gavin Chatham, a good run for you tonight. What more, though, did you need for Isaac here tonight?
Just some more time, to be honest with you. I felt like we had a decent car. I don't know if we would have passed him, but I felt like I had a car that could hang with Isaac. Obviously he's very tough to beat. He always has speed, but just need more time. Me and Kurt got a little battle in there, and it was a heck of a battle between me and Kurt. And hats off to him for a good job tonight. We had a good race going on, and it just hung me up for a couple laps and allowed Isaac to skip away. So other more time, but the car felt great. I always love coming to Lernerville, hometown track for me. It's about 30 minutes from my house, so it's always awesome coming in and obviously having a good run.
I gotta tell you as well, that slider, well, not the slider, but the one slider that I think Kurt Schatzer was trying to go for, try and counter you on. When you were running the middle line, did you feel like that may have helped you out seal second at the end?
Yeah, I kind of had to protect a little bit. I mean, we're coming to the closing laps there, so you got to be a little more aggressive and not give as much room. But just trying to play some defense there definitely helped me. I think he stayed in the slick when I came off the corner, hit some moisture, and allowed me to gap him a little bit. But definitely that helped for sure, sealing that second place. And then just wish we had some more time and we could have raced it up there with Isaac. I keep ticking off second and third places in this 358 Open, and can't thank the people that helped me enough over at FTM. I'm sorry. They helped me out a lot with these, and I can't thank them enough. That's the reason why I'm clicking off these good runs. And maybe one of these days we'll pick up a win in these things.
Anyone else you want to give shout-outs to?
I just want to thank you guys for doing an awesome job with the broadcast. I want to thank Coast to Coast Racing, all the sponsors, all the admin, everybody behind the scenes that helps put the show on for us to come out here and race. I just want to thank Chatham Motorsports, Mike Schick Motorsports Design, Velocity Race Design, Northeast Outlaw Motorsports, and Miller Time Motorsports. Thank you all the sponsors for all the help. I just want to thank the fans for coming out and supporting this series and supporting this league and watching the races. I hope we put on a good show for you all each and every week, and I just want to thank my fans as well for coming out and supporting.
Well, a great win for you tonight. Well done, and best of luck in the sprint cars coming up later tonight.
All right, thank you. We'll see you there.
Yes, Gavin Chatham finishing second. Now we go to victory lane to talk with your winner. He does it once again, Isaac Salas. What a car tonight.
Yeah, that thing was on rails, man. I won't even lie to you. That's probably the best set I've ever built.
The best setup you've ever built. Dang, like, did you tune this one adjusting off of the Swan baseline or
No, this is off the iRacing setup.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
Wow, impressive.
Yep. All I did was change up some things that I enjoy in the car, like tight in the center and my exit. And other than that, it was just gear changes, really.
Where did you feel your car tonight was better than everyone else?
Oh man, that's a good question. Probably in the center. I just like having that little bit of a tighter feel, where my back end doesn't wash out so much in the middle of the corner there, and it really helps me out on my exit speed as well.
Well, what do you expect coming up here for the Rebels in just a little bit?
Probably a less stable setup than I had in the in the mod. I could tell you that. It should be a lot of fun. I think the bottom's going to become a really big factor here, even more than it was in the 358s tonight. And I actually loved tonight in the mods. I thought it was good to see that the bottom actually was, with people gearing for the bottom. I thought it was great racing being able to run top and bottom. So I think sprint cars are going to be even just as good, or hopefully even better.
Well, great run for you tonight. A great win. Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Yeah, big shout out to all those guys over at Venom Racing, Dean the Super Dirt Car Series, Magnum Race Designs, Tommy Gunn Customs for that beautiful car. That's 2 in a row for that guy now, so I'm pretty happy for that. RSN Trackside with you, sir. Mission 22, Top Notch Trucking. Thank you guys for the broadcast. Thanks for stepping in for color there, Mr. Dittmer. It's always fun to hear your voice on a broadcast, let me tell you.
Oh, stop! You're gonna make me blush.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, thanks to my friends, my family, Kelsey for watching, and then just good run to Mr. Morano and Gavin. It's good to see them back up there with us.
Well, great win tonight, man. Best of luck in the Rebels in a bit.
Awesome. Thanks, Marty.
Isaac Salas, your winner here tonight in Open 358s. Fans, stay tuned. We've got the Rebels coming up in just a minute. Sprint cars next in the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Gets on the champion, trying to be a bit of a hiatus. So let's get.
Tonight we'll be talking about it.
these dollars had come together to support us. And we realized, no, we didn't want to use them for us. We wanted to use them to help others.
The foundation has done so much for so many people. It helps any family that has somebody, whether it be a crew member or one of the drivers, that get hurt. We can help them to get through the situation.
I was injured in a non-wing sprint car accident that broke my neck and left me with a spinal cord injury. I was in the hospital 8 months, and that got really, really expensive. So having that extra help to help push me and my family forward was a big deal.
I was involved in a pretty gnarly sprint car crash. Found out my brain was swelling and bleeding. Pelvic bone was broken. I had 2 cracked vertebrae on my back, and I was in the ICU a little over a week. The Steve King Foundation reached out to my parents. We received a donation from them. Immediately, they started me on what's called neurofeedback, and insurance did not cover the neurofeedback appointments. So we received another donation from the Steve King Foundation. It really helped a lot, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the Steve King Foundation for everything that they have done for me. This last Sunday, I got to turn laps in my modified here. That was my first laps back in a race car since the accident, and I truly believe that if it wasn't for the Steve King Foundation, I wouldn't be able to do that or be where I'm at today.
Yes, Steve's death is the reason the foundation exists, but it's Steve's life, and it's the lives of racers everywhere, is the reason we're able to do the work we do.
Welcome back to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We get set to go for Rebels action here at Lernerville. These are our B Division drivers. I consider them the future stars of Coast to Coast Racing League sprint cars. I'm just kidding. That's already CRSA's slogan. Want to bring it back in here into the broadcast booth. Marty Sakala with you alongside Brandon Dittmer. Brandon, before we talk about Rebels going on in, I do want to bring this up since we are at Lernerville. You know, this is not, coast to coast. We don't like to talk politics here, obviously. One of the victims, though, the victim out of that Trump rally shooting was actually a track safety crew worker at Lernerville, Corey Comperature. He's a member of the track safety crew for over 20 years and also sold 50/50 tickets at the racetrack. That was per Mike Joy, who will forever be remembered as well as a hero. So our thoughts and prayers are with the Comparator family as well as Lernerville Speedway here at the same time. A sad time for sure for them right now.
Yeah, that's just an unfortunate thing to happen all in general, and especially for it to happen to somebody like a lot of people know, especially like around the racing community. That just hurts a lot of people, and around Lernerville, man, that's words I can't say on air, but
yeah, I think we all know what you're trying to say for sure. So
yeah,
Godspeed, Corey, that's for sure. Let's get into Rebels action here and talk about who we should expect coming on in. It's tough to tell who to watch out for, but when we look at the points, I think the main guy we got to watch here is Chad Griggs, because 5 races in the season, he has won 4 races. The only driver that's not him that's won in Rebels is Connor Ross.
Yeah, Griggs has been on a tear, and Connor's been right on him, but unfortunately is not able to make that leap into that top spot. This is going to be an amazing points battle. Let me pull it up here before I lose my train of thought.
Griggs, though, is dominant right now.
Griggs is very, very dominant. Yes, he is. And Roger Craig there in the 5th spot. Look at him. That's incredible.
Roger, you may have to get your fire suit out for Renegades. Just saying. Just saying. All right, here we go with time trials. First driver on track is the jet plane, J.J. Odell. For those wondering why we call him the jet plane, of course, go back to Volusia, our finale last year in his heat race, where he had one of the wildest rides in recent memory in coast-to-coast action. Checking in a couple of other folks here. Jason Butterfield. Butter's having some graphic cards issues. That's why he's not with us for Open 358. Hope he gets that fixed. The Goose Chad Cote with us tonight as J.J. Odell goes to the top at a 14.089. Anthony Morano actually decided to race with us. I guess I convinced him very well, Brandon, to get him in.
You got a way of convincing people, Marty.
Yes, I do. It's the Marty Sakala method, the Marty method. Gavin Chatham, meanwhile, to the top at a 14.084, 5 thousandths quicker than J.J. Odell. Here's Clay Johnson in the Norm Cahill Motorsports number 44 machine. Off the corner, Johnson slower on lap number 2. Corey Denson around the 91. That does not count. That doesn't count as a fall off. Chad Griggs, the 270 on the track. So is the Goose, Chad Cote, and the number 11. We'll look at Griggs here off at turn number 4. This could be a better lap for him. Ooh, he clipped the wall, though. That may have invalidated the lap time. I don't think it did. Off barely. Chad Cote, 7th on lap 1. Here comes Rick Main working his first lap. He'll make it in time. What's the clock say, though? 3rd for Main, 14.12 for the buzzer, as Gavin Chatham's the quickest. We've got a full field tonight of Rebels. 24 drivers with us. Let's get down to business, shall we? Heat 1 brought to you by Gambler Motorsports, and here's the starting lineup. The Bass Man on pole position, Roger Craig of the 747. Next to him, it's Sly Job, Isaac Salas in the number 5. Row 2, the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano in the 32, and Gavin Chatham in the 99. Row number 3, the Mayor, Steve Bixler in car number 75, and the General, Andy Patton in car number 87. Final row for tonight, Gary Uffa in the 94, and the Mystery Machine entry of Michael Todd in the 117. Parker checking in, rooting for Corey here tonight. Thanks for joining us this evening. Let us know who you're rooting for. Our fall-off count, once again, is at 8. Give us your predictions on what the fall-off count's going to be. Going into the night, I said 25. Brandon said 21. So the fall-off you had, BD, put you over average, me on average.
Yeah, after that small block session, scared the crap out of me. I think that's the last time we were here. I think that was the fall-off count we had after the heat races of the Rebels, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. I believe you're correct. So, winner starts on pole, and again, you'll see a bunch of these sprint car drivers next week at the Knoxville Nationals, as we are green in Heat 1. Good start from Salas as the field makes their way off turn 2. Roger Craig second. Had to get on the binders. Anthony Morano may go 2 for 1. Past Chatham, and now past the Bassman. Look out! Roger Craig did his best impression of Brandon Dittmer.
He's broken. Hey!
As the Bassman goes off the track, add that to the fall-off count, and now that moves Andy Patton up to 4. That was wild, though, BD.
Yeah, I was wondering what Roger was going to do as he was sliding up in front of him, and unfortunately Roger didn't react in time, and goodbye, Raj. As Isaac's, dude, that car looks so pretty.
That does. It does. It is hot. Andy Patton still with that final transfer spot as we're halfway home in the heat. Gary Offutt trying to chase him down for that final transfer spot. Gavin Chatham, quickest car on the track at a 14:30. Isaac Salas, 14:56. And Brandon, he is there with 3 to go.
Yeah, Gavin, I watched him on that last lap in 1 and 2. He was on that cushion, and he got a rocket of a run off of 2 as he goes for a big slider.
Oh, he gave Salas the lead, though. 2 laps to go. So Salas knows that Chatham's there, but the 99 for the left front on the grass. The 2 nearly touch. And Chatham's got a chance here. Slide job, Chatham for the lead. He's got it with 1 to go. but Salas tries to counter it back. Chatham shuts the door. Let's see if Salas can use the cushion to his advantage. Big run off for turn 2 for Salas. May have to take her to the top shelf as Chatham slams the door in his face off the corner. Chatham wins heat 1. Salas second, Morano third, and Patton fourth.
I thought Chatham made a big mistake giving Isaac that lane after that first slide job. I thought he wasn't going to get another chance back.
I thought so too. Man, that was risky, but it all paid off at the end. As we move to Heat 2, brought to you by Regency Home Inspection. We got the Canadian sweeping the top 3. Trent Verstraeten on pole. Next to him, Chad Cote, the Goose, in the 11. Row number 2, Dan McLaren in the 88, and JJ the Jet Plane Odell in the 38. Row number 3, Chris Schaefer in the 23, and Canada Connor Ross in the 35. Final row tonight, Greg Parmalee, good to see him back with us in car number 4, and Clay Christopherson in the 051. Kelsey checking in, rooting for Isaac. Of course, Isaac giving the shout out to her for watching tonight. 4 on 4 here. This looks like a hockey game with one member from each nation in the penalty box. Winner starts outside the front row. Again, everyone transfers in tonight as we have a full field of 24 drivers with us. Green flag is out for Heat 2. Here we go. So Verstraeten, a contender in the Open 358 race, gets a good start. Cote around the outside of McLaren for second in the battle for fourth. Chris Schaefer and J.J. Odell. McLaren for the race lead on Verstraeten on his teammate. Doesn't work. Verstraeten leads the opening lap, Brandon.
Yeah, Verstraeten kind of getting a good run off that corner. There was contact for fourth place between Chris Schaefer and J.J. Odell. Luckily, they both kept it on all fours as Dan McLaren now loses third.
Yeah, he got a little sideways off the corner. Allowed Cote, the Goose, to take away the second position. Schaefer, though, wants the third spot. And the Goose all over Verstraeten for the lead here, Brandon, as we go on board with him.
And he's going to get a really good run off of 2 here as Trent Verstraeten goes to the bottom. And Trent's going to block going into 3 and 4. That top side is really the more preferred line here, as the bottom side, as we've seen, makes people struggle, especially through 3 and 4.
Best driver on the track the last time by, Connor Ross, but he's in 5th place. Luckily, he makes the show regardless because of a 24th driver car count tonight. Not sending anybody home, but he gets loose off of turn 4. Odell's got a chance for the 5th position. You know, I think Connor wants a big chance at 4th so the Canadians can sweep the top 4 spots.
He wants it badly, but unfortunately, he just got passed for 5th too, I believe, as it makes a big slide jump in.
Oh, I got Connor. Number 10 on the fall-off count. Bye-bye.
Sorry, Connor.
Commentators jinx at it once again. Final lap underway for Trent Verstraeten in the 088, which would put him second tonight in the feature.
Big slider for McLaren.
Checkers are out here. McLaren steals second from Cote at the end.
Slams the door.
As McLaren crashes at the line. Wow. It's been a fun night so far, Brandon.
It has been a fun night, that is for sure.
Let's go to heat race number 3, brought to you by Maurer Farm Management. Here's a look at the starting lineup. Corey Denson on pole position, the number 91. Next to him, it's Chad Griggs in the 270. Row 2, it's the 44 of Clay Johnson and the 187 of Rick Main. Row 3, it's Joe Backus in car number 46. The Flying Fry, Kevin Fry, back with us in the 21. Final row tonight, Tyler Flynn in the 831, and the captain himself, Gary Taylor, in car number 34. Well, this looks like a heat race with a bunch of a lot more rookies in this one than veterans. So
yeah, that's
obviously the eye here is on Chad Griggs, but who else do you look out for here, Brandon?
Oh, watch out for Kevin Fry coming from that 6th spot. He can be fast when he wants to. He just needs to figure something out quick, and he'll come up through that field.
Oh, look
Oh!
out! Gary, what are you doing?
What is happening?
Not top 10 moment, possibly, as we're underway. Good start for Denson. Griggs better start around the outside to take the race lead. Main to third. Kevin Fry already up to fourth. Could go up 3 spots into the third position. Lap number 1 led by the 270 Griggs. Main, nice exit off the corner. Could he go for second, possibly off of Corey Denson? Good chance, and he takes it away, Brandon.
He's going to sneak right by him as they're going to battle hard as he's going to come hard. Oh,
Whoa!
almost left eye contact.
That was tight for second spot in turn number 4. Denson washes up the hill for just a moment. Could give Kevin Fry a chance. Main, quickest car on the track at a 14.5 last time by. Peaks underneath on Griggs, can't get the spot.
That diamond line is almost what you want. If you can get it to time it just right, you can get a really good run off down 4, but it's got to be perfect.
Here comes Main for the lead on Griggs. Halfway home. What a win this would be for Main if he could take out one of the best drivers the Rebels has had.
Yeah, let's.
I know that that's a little bit of a cold take, but we know Chad Griggs is very fast in a sprint car, no matter what this division.
Oh, extremely fast, and it's like trying to run down Ross Carrera.
Ooh, Corey Denson
like last season
goes for a big slide. I'll put him to the back of the field. No spin out though for him, but again, we focus on the race for the Heat 3 win. Winner starts inside row 2 tonight, Brandon. We're coming to the white flag.
A white flag lap right here. Let's see what Main wants to break out. Gonna follow him into 1 and 2.
Now does Griggs play defense here into turn number 3? Does he keep the high side? Let's see what he does. He leaves the bottom open for Rick Main. The 187 though follows him, and Griggs wins Heat race number 3. Oh, Kevin Fry went off the track. Guess what? Kevin. Oh, Kevin. Hang on, one more check. We got to confirm that he didn't fall off twice. Nope, that first one doesn't count. I had the wing lifted off. So our fall off count now, ladies and gentlemen, is at 11.
Oh, no.
Yes. Oh, no is right. Let's step aside and go to break. When we come back, feature time on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. They're lean, they're mean, they're 700 horses of man and machine. They're 4 wide before they start to slip and slide. Here come the Extreme East Coast to Coast Racing League sprint cars in the Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? Griggs, Fry, green flag, showtime in Knoxville. The Coast to Coast Racing League, in partnership with the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame, Dylan Westbrook Racing, and Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding, are proud to present the 5th annual Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals for the Steve King Foundation. July 22nd to July 25th. 4 days of Knoxville action using the actual Knoxville National scoring system. Over $2,200 in payouts and prizes. $15 for Coast to Coast members, $20 for non-Coast to Coast members with a max I rating of 3,000. All proceeds go directly to the Steve King Foundation. Feel free to donate more. Open setup 360s with all races at the Knoxville Raceway. The event will be open to the first 100 drivers. All races will be broadcasted on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. For more info, log on to www.c2crl.com. It's showtime.
You're watching the Coast to Coast Racing League Rebels Division on the Coast to Coast Racing League Network, presented by Malcolm's Mills Millwrighting.
Alrighty, we are set to go green here for the Rebels feature. Let's meet the field and give you the RSN Trackside starting lineup. On the pole, Gavin Chatham in car number 99. Next to him, it's the 088 of Trent Verstraeten. Row number 2, Chad Griggs in the 270, and slide job, Isaac Salas in the 5. Row 3, Soupy, Dan McLaren, he is in the 88, and Rick Main in the 187. Row number 4, the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano in the 32, and the Goose, Chet Cote in car number 11. Rounding out the top 10 tonight, Clay Johnson, he's in the 44, and the General, Andy Patton, in the 87. Row 6, Chris Schaefer in the 123, and Joe Backus in the 46. Row 7, Gary Offut in the 94, and Clay Christopherson in the 051. Row number 8, Tyler Flynn, he is in the 831, and the Mayor, Steve Bixler, in car number 75. Row 9, the jet plane, J.J. Odell in the 38, and the captain, Gary Taylor, in the 34. Row 10, the bassman, Roger Craig in the 747, and Canada Connor Ross in the 35. Row 11, the Flying Fry, Kevin Fry in the 21, and Michael Todd in the 117. Final row tonight, Greg Parmalee in the 4, and Corey Denson in the 91. Time for picks to win here tonight. Brandon, you went first for the 358s. I'll go first for this one. For my pick to win, give me Isaac Salas this time.
Can't go wrong with good old Isaac. You know, give me Rick Main.
Ooh, that'd be a good one. That'd be pretty cool to see an Inferno ride in victory lane, especially with the 187. Obviously, the 87 is Andy Patton's number, so that'd be a pretty cool win to see that take place. So, all right, lights are off. The Steve King Foundation pace truck, 1 to go until we go green. Of course, the Knoxville Nationals also benefit the Steve King Foundation. 100% of registration fees and all proceeds go towards them. 11 on the fall-off count. We are ready for the Flatline Racing Bodies green flag as the field's in turn number 3. 30 laps for the Rebels here around Lernerville Speedway. Gavin Chatham, Trent Verstraeten, bring us to the green. Now for 4, it's time to get it on. Trent Verstraeten with the lead. Isaac Salas battles Gavin Chatham for the second position, nearly 3 wide for 4th as the field is slicing and dicing. Verstraeten leads the lap, but he clips the wall once again. Salas with a chance to lead, and even Gavin Chatham, Brandon.
Yeah, Salas is trying to make that middle work through that corner. Unfortunately, it's just not there yet, as he's going to rip the top side and get right on Trent's rear end going into the 1-2.
Follow Trent Verstraeten for right now. Chatham in the 3rd spot. Underneath for 2nd. Now, can he get the bottom line to work? Can he get some grip? Obviously, with sprint cars, everyone likes the high side here, BD.
Yeah, but he's making that bottom side work. He's not fading, but he's not.
Here we go.
It's got a 3-wide battle for the lead. He's not fading, but he's not gaining. It is almost dead even throughout the entire lap, and a little bit of contact.
And Chatham led at the line. The yellow flies out of the perfect time. Salas got a little bit too high in turn 2, I believe, and it opened the door for both Chatham and Verstraeten. So the yellow is out for J.J. Odell and Joe Backus. Our first look at the Steve King Foundation replay and what happened. Ooh, Connor caught him. A big accident breaks out. And yes, that does count. J.J. Odell did go off the track. So add 1 to the fall-off count. We're just checking this one as well with Gary Taylor. Greg Parmalee, to quote Jey Uso, yeets him out of the way. And that is 4 wheels off as well. So that is 2 on the fall-off count tonight. That puts our total now at 13. So the field double file as we get set to come back to the green flag. Checking on who the best driver is so far early on in this feature. Great start from Kevin Fry. Started 21st, has made his way all the way up to 14th early here, is it, Brandon?
Yeah, slowly making his way up. I guess tough to do, especially when you're through that backpack. But if you can just find a nice little groove, find a nice little line, and just pick people off one by one, and only last 5. Yeah, he's on pace to get right on up there.
Chatham, Verstraeten, Salas, Griggs, and McLaren round out the top 5. A later start by the leader here. Some drivers beforehand thought that he was going right now. Oh, big crash in 1. Holy moly. Anthony Morano, side over side, end over end. That is a big one.
Life flight to turns 1 and 2, please. Life flight.
And somehow we are still green. How does an incident like that stay green?
Oh my, there's a caution.
Let's see here. Michael Todd sideways with the mystery machine. All right, I think everyone needs to.
Oh my Lanta.
You can tell that was wild. Here is what happened to the Goose and the Ant-Man next to each other. Oh, they just touched wheels, and look at that. Belly pan into the fence. That's like doing a belly flop into the water.
Oh man.
If you get motion sickness, close your eyes.
Look away now.
That is one of the scariest rollovers I have seen in quite some time.
All right, man. Like you back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
I don't know the last time in IRL or iRacing that I've seen a violent or crash so violent.
Wheel-to-wheel contact. Cote sideways, and then boom, a big wheelie. Morano cannot control the sprint car. And there it goes, preparing for the Olympics in gymnastics.
Unfortunately, gonna have to give him a 0.5 on the landing.
Yes. See, we can do that in iRacing. I couldn't say that in a CRSA race. Real quick, we haven't looked at this either. Michael Todd and his spin. Somebody else went off the track but kept it straight. Couldn't tell who that was. So the fall-off count is at 16 as we come back to the green flag. Chatham holds serve on the restart. behind him for Straight. Salas 3 wide for fourth, with McLaren stuck in the middle, finds his way in front of Rick Mayne. And Salas has third at that lap. Here comes Griggs. He caught the grass, had a good chance at third. Better entry, McLaren. A much better exit. Good battle for the bottom step of the podium here. Rick Mayne nearly touches Isaac Salas, Brandon.
Yeah, Isaac seems like he's struggling with that machine right now. Cannot keep it straight. Really can't get that thing to turn, it almost looks like. As Rick Mayne's going to try to almost put it 3 wide.
Remember, top 5. Oh, that is tight between Mayne and Salas. Hang on up there on the attic there, Salas. Oh, look out, Mayne!
What a
with
save!
an amazing save. And now Griggs and Salas duke at it for fourth. Yellow flag waves for Kevin Fry. I was going to mention this too before that save. Remember, top 5 eligible for the Renegades here tonight, pending IL. Here's a look at what happened to the Flying Fry. J.J. Odell just clips him. Good save, though, from Kevin. Right there, just the shallow contact. Well, with 11 laps complete, let's take a look at the 5-lap average for the first time tonight and show you who the better race car driver is. Gavin Chatham, the fastest out there in the 5-lap average. But Rick Mayne hanging in there, though, with Trent Verstraeten. Mayne in 6th, Verstraeten currently runner-up. So we come back to green. This is a single file restart here. We're going to watch this from our aerial shot. Chatham keeps everyone up on the top shelf. As he tried to dominate around this restart. Verstraeten tries to read it well, which he kind of did. But Chatham opens up a good gap. Here comes McLaren. Gets into Verstraeten. The teammates collide. And another major accident.
Oh, no.
And Chad Griggs, to his advantage, moves up to second. And through goes Salas for third. Michael Todd's put her on to pit road. As we continue to stay green. Everyone liking the top, though, at the moment here, Brandon. Mayne, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
You were saying something about the top.
Yeah, the top side's the way to go. You see Chatham up there running the bottom in 1 and 2. That bottom side might just be coming in there right up against the grass. He is making it look really fast right now. There is not a lot of tack, but he is hitting it very, very good.
And Isaac Salas wants to try it out, too. Here's a look real quick at the accident with Verstraeten and his teammate. Look at that. Oh, my gosh. Belly pan to the fence.
All right, man.
Caution.
Caution is out.
And the yellow waves for Greg Parmalee in car number 4. A couple other things we want to look at, too. Michael Todd in the 117 Mystery Machine. Morano gives him the elbow, left front's down, and off the track he goes. So now we go to Greg Parmalee. First at contact with Flynn, may have broken the left front. Actually, I don't think it did, as he tried to get back at Flynn. Oh boy. I think I'll go on the... I don't want to say it, but it looked to be...
Do we have a flight planned for somebody?
I think the steak on a stick truck is at Lernerville.
Steak on a stick, huh?
That is so good whenever I go for the firecracker. I always get the steak and I always tell them cook it rare because that's how I like my steak. And it is Ah, delicious. I love the marinade they use on it. That's what makes it good.
They're bringing the Iowa State Fair just announced their new foods this year. There's 83, and one of them I saw was fried bubblegum.
Ah, that sounds gross. That
Right?
sounds gross. All right, halfway home as we're back to green. So Chatham able to hold serve, off foot, fading a little bit as he hangs out downstairs. Griggs second, Salas third, McLaren fourth, Main in fifth. Again, top 5 transfer to the Renegades. Look at Connor Ross, though. Daddy's money from 20th up to 9th here, Brandon.
He is hauling up the field, but Ross, remember, there's no more hard charger points, buddy. You didn't need to do that.
I know, but he wants to make it up into the big show, that's for sure. Into 7th. He was playing limbo in turns number 3 and 4, trying to get past the general Andy Patton. Steven Bixler has crashed, and he is off the track. Add another one. This is a race that DJ Collin would be proud of.
Oh, man.
McLaren and Main going at it for 4th. Main hanging on that spot. No, man, he almost goes off again. Brandon, we're at 19 on the fall-off count. I believe it's been 11 so far in Rebels. I'm not feeling too confident anymore.
I didn't feel confident after the heats of the small blocks. Oh, easy. McLaren putting it right up there on the edge.
Salas kisses the wall for just a moment. Wants second from Chad
McLaren
Griggs.
gets past. Clay Thompson into the transfer.
Oh boy, this could be interesting for Holy Salas! And a big crash for McLaren upside down. Connor Ross is also involved.
Oh no! Venom teammates.
Brotherly love once again. Let's show you what happened to the 3rd place running slide job. Goes off the track over the cushion and boom. McLaren on his lid and Connor Ross also got a piece of that, but I don't even think he hit anything, just a bent Nerf bar. On board Dan McLaren, who was just an innocent bystander here. Let's go to Connor Ross. Yanked that baby to the left and didn't even hit a dang thing except for the wall with the left front tire. So probably just tire damage.
For who?
Connor.
Let's go take a look at his car.
So Christopherson now 4th and Andy Patton 5th. Connor, because of that save, he gets to keep the 6th spot.
That is a very impressive save right there. I just went back and watched it. Holy cow. I think maybe we need to have him out and give him a new change of underwear. Might be what we can do for the man.
Patrick's back at it in the chat, Brandon. Take a guess at what he's saying.
Oh, no.
Team Alpine strikes again. Oh, boy.
What strikes again?
Team Alpine.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. Gavin Chatham brings us to green with 6 to go. Let's go back to the 5-lap average. You can see the top 4 drivers all just about even on each other. Actually, we'll take a look at it next time by, because it hasn't updated the rest of the field here just yet. 5 to go here at Lernerville. Gavin Chatham trying to hang on. Was on the podium in the Open 358. Now he's looking for another W here. See top 5 just about identical speed. Look out, Rick Main up in the wall in front of Christopherson. Using the news advantage. Oh boy, that was way tight.
How they're all going straight, I got no clue.
They're all
Big
going for a
slip
podium.
cross.
Connor off the track. No, that doesn't count. Only 3 wheels were off track. And he's fighting for his life for the final transfer spot, pending IO. Here comes the flying Fry, Kevin Fry. Remember, Connor and Kevin are going for hard charger. Connor's up 13, Kevin's up 14 with 2 to go. Caution waves, we're going to overtime. Gary
You
Alfut
gotta be kidding me.
and Anthony Morano get together. I tell you what, I've been doing coast to coast for, I think this is gonna be this is 3 years now. Brandon, I don't think I've seen a wilder race like this one. In terms of feature action. So Backus goes off, Morano tries to cut, and then, oh, look at Parmalee actually just flipped it. So that was an extracurricular. This is Morano's onboard here, by the way. Give you a better idea of what happened. Down the bottom, and then a little bit tight. One came up, the other came down pretty much. Parmalee caught the wall, rode the fence, and that is off track, number 21. I'm speechless. I swear, if the Renegades have like the cleanest night ever, I believe we will be blessed tonight, Brandon.
Yeah, come on, Renegades. Let's show these boys how to stay on the track. No, I say that and I'll be the first one off. But
Alrighty. First of 2 attempts at overtime. If we get a yellow before the white, we'll do one more attempt. If we take the white, we go to the checkers no matter what happens. Gavin Chatham, Chad Griggs, Rick Main, or the field. Here we go. 2 laps to go at Lernerville. That's one of the better restarts we've seen from the second place driver here tonight, Brandon. Chad Griggs has a chance at this.
yes, that's step number 1, being right on his tail.
Ooh, big slider from Christopherson. Main has to back out of it. Connor Ross up to 5th. White flag is out. 1 lap to go.
Chad Griggs is going to need to have a big run, or Chatham's going to have a big bobble here.
It's not going to work, though. The Chatham Motorsports Northeastern Outlaw, number 99, parks it in victory lane tonight. Chatham gets the win. Greg second, Christopherson third, Main fourth, and Cote fifth by 300ths of a second. The Goose is in at the show tonight, pending IL.
I'll go take a gander.
So Chatham with the W here. Your biggest mover, by the way, Connor and Kevin, each up 14 spots tonight. Connor gets it via tiebreaker. Got to give credit, though, to Clay Christopherson, who finishes 3rd, started from 14th position. We'll talk with him in just a moment. J.J. Odell started in 17th, finished 8th. Roger Craig from 19th to 11th. Corey Denson picked up 10 spots tonight. A lot of drivers with heartbreaks and a lot of wild rides. Anthony Morano, Dan McLaren, Isaac Salas, Trent Verstray, and oh my goodness. This was something tonight, folks. You know, I used to say for my MO for the Rebels, expect anything and anything. I think the MO may have just come back, Brandon.
Yeah, I was a wild one tonight.
Yes, it was. So let's begin with our 3rd place finisher, Clay Christopherson. I gotta double check some notes here, but while we are at it, how about that run tonight for you from 14th to 3rd?
Yeah, I just started driving these things. I think this is my 2nd week with being in a 360 and 410. Morano and Dino and all them guys told me to give it a try, something to do, and I guess I'm not terrible at them, so.
How did you feel about your car tonight as a whole?
It was very fast, but with very little places to go. I almost had to wait for some guys to either wash up a little bit or tighten up, spin the tires. I was barely on the throttle until maybe 10 to go, just because I didn't have a straightaway to use the speed I had. And then those last 10, I could really see my car was running a lot better than some guys, and it was just a matter of time to get by them and see where the car wanted to go.
So this is your best ever finish on a Monday night broadcast that we have had. What do you take away from this one as a whole?
To keep driving these things, because apparently I can be competitive.
You can be competitive, that's for sure. So who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
You guys for putting this on. All the guys over at FTM, Dino and DJ, and they putz around with setups, and we got Swan Speed Shop for 358 and big block setups, and that's about it.
Well, a great job tonight, and with your IL, I believe at 0.13, I believe that does mean you are in the show tonight, in the Renegades tonight. So how about that?
Right.
Well done, well deserved. So
awesome, thank you guys.
Great job tonight, Clay Christopherson. I don't think anyone expected him to be on the podium tonight. A great third place finish for him. Let's go to Chad Griggs, our second place finisher. Chad, oh so close. What more did you need for Gavin tonight?
Different track, possibly.
Different track.
I was going into tonight fully assuming this was going to be a throwaway week for me because it's hands down probably my worst track on the sim. And so I was just thinking, okay, if we can just hang around in the top 5 and get through tonight and move on to next week, that'll be great. And then I got up there, and there, of course, the way that the track was there in the feature, there was nothing I was going to be able to do with Gavin. We were just talking about it. And, yeah, so congrats to him on the win. I'm tickled with where I finished tonight.
Yeah, that's definitely a great run for sure, man. Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Shout out to Scott Thomason and Scott Thomason Racing, all the guys over there. Josh Whiteman with Finish Line Race Designs does my paints. Thanks to Roger for the league and you guys for the awesome broadcast. Appreciate it.
All right, well, we'll let you go. Great job tonight, and best of luck in Renegades.
Thank you.
So Chad Griggs, your runner-up finisher here tonight. Now we go to your winner. Gavin Chatham gets it done. Gavin, well, that's not a bad run after finishing third in Open 358s.
No, we'll take it for sure. It feels good to finally get back in victory lane this year. We've had some really good speed and just had some bad luck and just not being in good position. And tonight we set in quick time and then went into heat. And then I thought I about gave it away there when I was running the bottom and at the start of the race, but that bottom was really hooked up. And I had a good drive off it too and was able to get back to the lead. And then this track was pretty racy. It was definitely had to search around a little bit. And then I kept telling myself I really didn't want to run the top. And I ended up working my way back up there. And we were ripping around there. It felt pretty good tonight.
Did you think you still had it when we had to go to overtime, or not quite just yet?
I didn't want to see that last caution. I had a nice rhythm, a nice pace going, and then when the caution comes out, it always kind of screws you up a little bit, and then it allows those guys to catch back up. And I thought, and Chad's really good at what he does, and he's fast. And I thought for sure, I was contemplating on what I should do. I should go to the bottom 1 and 2 on the restart, to block a slider, or stay to top and just roll the momentum. And I thought for sure he was going to throw a slider, and he didn't. And we just rolled the top. I went with the top and rolled it, and I just didn't want to see that last caution. I just kept telling myself, don't mess up and don't get too heavy on the throttle. Just be smooth and everything will work out.
Well, great run. Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight on this?
I just want to thank you guys for putting on an awesome broadcast. I want to thank Coast to Coast Racing, everybody involved, all the sponsors, all the behind-the-scenes people, all the admin, everybody who takes the time to put this league on and let us come out here and race and have a good time. I want to thank everybody for that. I just want to thank China Motorsports, Mike Schick Motorsports Design, Velocity Race Design, Northeast Outlaw Motorsports, and Miller Time Motorsports. Thank you all the sponsors. I just want to thank fans for coming out and watching these series and these leagues, and I hope we put on a good show for you all tonight. And I just want to thank my fans as well for coming out and supporting.
Well, great job tonight. Congratulations, and good luck in Renegades.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you over there.
Gavin Chatham, your winner in victory lane. Don't go anywhere. We got more sprint car action coming up with our best drivers in Coast to Coast. Renegades next in the Coast to Coast Racing Network. it's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Kiss on the champion. Trying to be a bit of a hiatus, so let's get...
Tonight we'll be talking about it.
Outpouring of love was amazing. These dollars had come together to support us, and we realized, no, we didn't want to use them for us. We wanted to use them to help others.
The foundation has done so much for so many people. It helps any family that has somebody, whether it be a crew member or one of the drivers, that get hurt. We can help them to get through the situation.
I was injured in a non-wing sprint car accident that broke my neck and left me with a spinal cord injury. I was in the hospital 8 months, and that got really, really expensive. So having that extra help to help push me and my family forward was a big deal.
I was involved in a pretty gnarly sprint car crash. Found out my brain was swelling and bleeding. Pelvic bone was broken. I had 2 cracked vertebrae on my back, and I was in the ICU a little over a week. The Steve King Foundation reached out to my parents. We received a donation from them. Immediately they started me on what's called neurofeedback, and insurance did not cover the neurofeedback appointments. So we received another donation from the Steve King Foundation. It really helped a lot, and I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to the Steve King Foundation for everything that they have done for me. This last Sunday I got to turn laps in my modified here. That was my first laps back in a race car since the accident, and I truly believe that if it wasn't for the Steve King Foundation, I wouldn't be able to do that or be where I'm at today.
Yes, Steve's death is the reason the foundation exists, but it's Steve's life, and it's the lives of racers everywhere, is the reason we're able to do the work we do.
Welcome back here to the Coast to Coast Racing Network from the Lernerville Speedway. We are set to go with Renegades action on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, and we'll get the booth back open here. Marty Sakala alongside Brandon Dittmer. Brandon's getting set to go for Renegades action. Let's give you the schedule for the rest of the week as well as next week on the Coast to Coast Racing Network here. Tomorrow night we are back with retreads action on Shaggy TV. We've got fixed 360s at Fallujah and pickup trucks at Charlotte. Shaggy's got the Hometown Heroes Wednesday night with 360s and 410s at the Grove. Thursday night, I will be back for Thursday Night Thunder with small blocks and big blocks at Lucas Oil Speedway. And then next week, we've got the Knoxville Nationals. Monday through Thursday, starting at 7 p.m., actually 7:30 p.m., correction. Nope, I'm sorry, 8 p.m. You've got a Vets and First Responders race at 7:30, so I believe we may be broadcasting that, not too sure. 8 o'clock is qualifying race number 1. Tuesday night will be Volunteers and then qualifying race number 2. So if you didn't see anyone Monday, you'll see them on Tuesday. Wednesday night is Hard Knocks. Pole Scramble, 7:30 p.m. with Hard Knocks beginning at 8. Thursday night, finals with Alphabet Soup. 7 o'clock D main, if not E main on back. And then we will move top 4 up to the back of a C main, a B main, and then our 47 lap championship feature. Brandon, this is a big one. I know Knoxville obviously is not too far from you, but it's the biggest weekend coast to coast every year.
Oh yeah, I look forward to it every year, especially since the new rebuild we can actually get 50 laps without doing some massive saving at the beginning. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It is going to be an absolute blast. I cannot wait for it and the competition that it brings out. And hopefully we could take down Chapman this year.
Absolutely. Bear with us. I believe we are having a technical difficulty here as things stand. I am not too sure. And the reason why I say that is because right now I have qualifying. Is qualifying going on your screen?
Is what?
Is qualifying going on your screen?
Yep, qualifying right now.
Okay, we are having a technical difficulty going on right now because for some reason I have nothing loading up. So I tell you what, let's take an additional break. Stay with us here on Coast to Coast while we remedy this. They're lean, they're mean, they're 700 horses of man and machine. They're 4 wide before they start to slip and slide. Here come the Extreme ECTV Coast to Coast Racing League Sprint Cars in the Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? Race, drive, green flag, showtime, the Knoxville Nationals underway. The Coast to Coast Racing League, in partnership with the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame, Dillon Westbrook Racing, and Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding, are proud to present the 5th annual Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals for the Steve King Foundation. July 22nd to July 25th. 4 days of Knoxville action using the actual Knoxville National scoring system. Over $2,200 in payouts and prizes. $15 for Coast to Coast members, $20 for non-Coast to Coast members with a max I rating of 3,000. All proceeds go directly to the Steve King Foundation. Feel free to donate more. Open setup 360s with all races at the Knoxville Raceway. The event will be open to the first 100 drivers. All races will be broadcasted on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. For more info, log on to www.C2CRL.com. It's showtime. We come back in the middle of heat races. Apologies for the technical difficulties. We are halfway through heat race number 1. Dean Reynolds leads Talon Ulibarri, Steven Stewart, Jeff Barker. Good race, though, for the second position, Brandon.
Yeah, Steven Stewart's really trying to make that inside work as Talon is ripping the kind of the middle of the high line, and it's really getting him a good run out of it. Steven Stewart almost gets crossed up coming out of the corner. But still running a very hard slide job across down Ulibarri's nose.
Best part is nobody fell off, so the car count is still at 21 as we have 2 laps to go here in this heat race. Jeff Barker, Kyle Moon, and that's for Ford. Now, do we have over 24 drivers, Brandon? I could not check.
We have exactly 24.
Perfect. Final laps underway for Dean Reynolds. Steven Stewart tries to send it. Checkers are out, and Dino wins heat race number 1. Dean Reynolds on pole, Steven Stewart second, Kyle Moon in third, Ulibarri fourth, Barker fifth, Landis sixth, Hines seventh, and Hit eighth. Good start to heat action here tonight. Who was the quickest, by the way, in qualifying, Brandon?
Quickest in qualifying was Mr. Steven Stewart.
Nice. That heat, by the way, was brought to you by Gambler Motorsports. Heat 2 is brought to you by Regency Home Inspection. Bob DeGood starts on pole position for the second time in a heat race tonight in the 7. Next to him, the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer in the 83. Row 2, the Macho Man, Tyler Wilson in the 42. And the salesman, Blake Chapman, in car number 20. Row number 3, the High Side Banger, Patrick Spangler in the 39. And Rick Main in the 187. Final row tonight, the Clay Christopherson in the 051. And the Goose, Chad Cote, in the 11. It is so weird to see Patrick Spangler in a red, white, and blue 39 and not see him in his green and black 39.
Oh, I guess I didn't even get a chance to look at his scheme.
That's a pretty cool scheme. So
yeah, we got the training wheels boys in here. Me, Tyler, and Patrick. Unfortunately, Jesse gone tonight, but
well, best of luck here in this heat race, Brandon. See if you can put it on the front row.
I will see what I can do.
Winners outside of the front row for our 35-lap feature. Green flag is out. Here we go. Good start from Bob DeGood in the number 7. Dittmer, good exit off of the corner. Tyler Wilson lets off the throttle so he doesn't rear end the number 7. DeGood trying to crowd the 83 for the line on lap 1. Give it to DeGood. Nearly for the lead with 3 wide. Blake Chapman, Patrick Swindle in the battle. Look out, Tyler Wilson was a little bit sideways in the corner, finds a way to save it. Look at this 5-car battle under a blanket for the top spot, and DeGood leads at the line. And now he has Brandon Dittmer clear. Can he clear up to the top? Yes, he does. But now has to deal with the Macho Man, Tyler Wilson. The 42 peaks underneath. DeGood trying to play defense, and he hangs on still. What a battle this is for the race lead here at Lernerville. We're coming to halfway home this time by. Wilson tries once again to go there side by side. DeGood, the preferred line off the corner. He continues to lead. Spangler up to 3rd. Dittmer up to 4th. The Spider Monkey sends it. Attention Kmart shoppers. 2-for-1 discount. Brandon Dittmer takes advantage of it. But Bob DeGood fights back for 2nd spot. As Tyler Wilson leads in the line. Still 3 wide. It's DeGood, then Dittmer, then Spangler. As we've got 3 to go in the heat race. Blake Chapman has taken a step back, hanging out in the 5th position. Spangler, slide jobs, up to 2nd, clears Bob DeGood. Dittmer, though, trying to fight back with 2 to go. And now Spangler wants to beat his teammate for the win in Heat 2. Spangler now decides to switch up to the cushion. Chapman now a chance at 4th on DeGood. He takes it with 1 to go. Spangler trying to set up Tyler Wilson off the corner. Good exits by both of them. Training wheels, 1, 2, and 1, not going to be 3. Spangler off the track from 2nd to last as Tyler Wilson wins the heat. Can you say, wow, what a heat race. That was a banger. Fall off count, ladies and gentlemen, 22. Final heat race brought to you by Maurer Farm Management. Here's the starting lineup. The Bandy Built Master, Jesse Bandy on pole in the 49. Next to him, it's Shorty John Short in the 51. Row 2, Gavin Chatham in car number 99, and Brad Waite next to him in the 814. Row 3, Superman Kurt Schatzer in the 218, and Randy Shreves in the 56. Final row, low line, Brennan Lacey and Barry Goldner. Gonna let us know who you're rooting for in the chat. Brendan, who are you watching out for in Heat 3?
Who's that? Is that Lacey?
Yes, it is. Starting 7th.
What is he doing back there?
Maybe
watch out for
he didn't
Lacey.
go well. Maybe he didn't qualify.
I don't know. I'll pick Lacey here. I'll watch him tag up through the field.
Let's see the charge he makes as we're green for Heat 3. Even starts by the top 2. Bandy trying to slam the door on John Short. That won't work. Brad Waite tries to thread the needle and bangs with Gavin Chatham. Hangs on. Randy Shreves weirdly. Off the track goes Brad Waite. That was dicey, and nobody spun out there, Brandon.
No, that's quite impressive. As Lacey jumps up to 4th here, working on Gavin Chatham.
23
There's
on the
the
fall-off
bottom.
count. That's Lacey from 7th to 4th already. He wants 3rd on the 99 here, Brandon.
Yeah, trying everything that he can, but he's quickly figuring out that the bottom, anywhere but the top side in 3 and 4 is not really the place you want to be.
Wow, it's his teammate, though, his owner, Jesse Bandy, out in front by 4.5 hundredths, by 4.5 tenths. Quickest car, though, on track, though. Gavin Chatham, the last time by, trying to get some slipstream off of John Short here as we've got 3 to go in the heat.
Gavin has just absolutely ripping that cushion. Getting a heck of a run off the corners. He might have something for John Short here.
Well, let's see what he can do possibly. 2 to go in Heat 3. Bandy trying to run away with it. This battle for second is just what he wants. What can Chatham do? Stays up top with Short. Like you said, Brandon, anywhere but the bottom is the place to be.
There he goes, the bottom of 1 and 2. Big move.
Chatham, though, was pretty good in the bottom in Rebels. Let's see if he shows it off in Renegades this time. Underneath for second. Bandy takes the win, and Chatham takes second.
Oh,
And a big crash at the end, and what a ride the 99 takes.
Woo.
I guess John Short, to say the least, didn't see that one coming.
I was expecting more of a slide job from Lacey, but no, he kept it nice and smooth down there through the bottom.
Stop aside and go to break. When we come back, feature time on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Raceway. They're lean, they're mean, they're 700 horses of man and machine. They're 4 wide before they start to slip and slide. Here come the Extreme ECTV Coast to Coast Racing League Sprint Cars in the Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? Race, drive, green flag, showtime in Knoxville Nationals underway. The Coast to Coast Racing League, in partnership with the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame, Dillon Westbrook Racing, and Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding, are proud to present the 5th annual Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals for the Steve King Foundation. July 22nd to July 25th. 4 days of Knoxville action using the actual Knoxville National scoring system. Over $2,200 in payouts and prizes. $15 for Coast to Coast members, $20 for non-Coast to Coast members with a max I rating of 3,000. All proceeds go directly to the Steve King Foundation. Feel free to donate more. Open setup 360s with all races at the Knoxville Raceway. The event will be open to the first 100 drivers. All races will be broadcasted on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. For more info, log on to www.c2crl.com. It's showtime.
You're watching the Coast to Coast Racing League Renegades Division on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, presented by Dillon Westbrook Racing.
Last year's Knoxville Nationals champion Blake Chapman looking to repeat next week, but now he's got to get through a Renegades feature. Here's the RSN Trackside starting lineup for your Renegades feature at Lernerville. On the pole, Dean Reynolds in the 79 and Tyler Wilson in the 42. Row number 2, Jesse Bandy, the Bandy Boat Master in the 49, and Steven Stewart in the 29. Row 3, the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer in the 83, and Gavin Chatham in the 99. Row 4, the Money King, Kyle Moonen in the 24, and the Salesman, Blake Chapman in car number 20. Rounding out the top 10 in our starting lineup tonight, that's Shorty, John Shore in the 51, and Talon Ulabari in the 19. Row 6, Bob DeGood, he's in the 7, and the Lowline Master, Brennan Lacey in the 114. Row 7, the Brewer to Beats, Jeff Barker, the 513, and Rick Main in the 187. Row 8, it's Randy Shreves in the 56, and the Desert Demon, Terry Landis in the 161. Row 9, the Goose, Chad Cote in the 11, and Brad Waite in the 814. Row 10, the Professor, John Hine in the 71, and Clay Christopherson in the 051. Row 11, Barry Goldner in the 36, and Gentleman Jack Kitt in the 217. Final row tonight, the High Side Banger, Patrick Spangler in the 39, and the Macho Man, Tyler Wilson in the 042. Correction, final driver on the grid tonight, Kurt Schatzer in the 218, but no call for, I'm sorry. Tyler's actually going to start from the pits here tonight. I wonder what's going on there. Do you know, Brandon?
I do not. I wonder if he just missed the start.
I wonder if that was the case, though. But anyway, your pick to win.
You know, I really, really, really want to see Dino get it done tonight.
My pick to win, give me the Salesman, Blake Chapman from 6th. So, anyway, good luck
It's
to you,
always a good
buddy.
pick.
Hopefully,
Thank you very much.
We see you on the podium. We'll see.
There's always a hope.
Steven rooting for Bandy Belt. 24 cages of cold metal set to do battle for 35 laps. There's a favorite out there, pick it ASAP. It's time to wing it and bring it, because where else would you rather be than right here, right now? Reynolds and Stewart bring us the green at showtime in the Steel City. The Flatline Racing Body's green flag is where 3 wide for 3rd caution flag waves. And I wonder if this yellow flag had to do with Tyler Wilson. Trying to merge onto the track, had to wait 5 seconds and bring out the yellow after the first lap. I believe this may have been the case. Sometimes Lernerville has that weird moment where if you stop right there, that's an automatic yellow. You got to start from where that one guardrail is that separates the rows. And that was determined to be the case. So not sure if we scored that lap. We did not, per iRacing timing and scoring. As we get ready to go for next week's Knoxville Nationals, we want to thank some of the sponsors providing some awesome prizes here, including Training Wheels Racing, Dylan Westbrook Racing, Full Throttle Motorsports, Venom Racing, Southern Ontario Sprints Tour, the Drivers Project, Inferno Motorsports, the Westbrook and Turnbull families, Raven Graphics, Roger Craig Racing, and a whole lot more. All right, we'll try this once again. Dino gets the right to fire first as we get set for lap number 2 of this 35-lap feature. Here we go. Blake Chapman caught sleeping big time. He thought it was the start of our feature. It was the restart instead, and Talon Ulibarri had to check up because of it. He's now down in the 13th spot. Jesse Bandy second, Steven Stewart third, Blake Chapman, Gavin Chapman trying to make moves. Look at Brandon Dittmer trying to go all Dale on us and passing the grass. Steven Stewart for the bottom step of the podium, trying to hang on to that on Gavin Chatham. Can he is the question. No, I don't believe he did. Chatham edged him out for third. 3 wide, in trouble. Oh, look out, Lacey. Blake gained somehow. Thanks to his internet, I believe he was able to save it if he doesn't blink. Well, something else happens as, man, did you see that pace truck as well? At the same time, was flying out there, if I recall correctly. Yellow for Bob DeGood. Here's what happened. Just lost in turn 1. Now, watch. I know that wasn't the pace truck there, but I swear, you got to see this pace truck. Who legit went all in. Right, John Hines should give you a good onboard. Wait till you see this pace truck right there in the background. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Man, that was like a Pro 4 truck. Which I believe we will have broadcasted tomorrow. Not too sure. Couple weeks ago, for those wondering where our Tuesday night cluster truck was on Slide Job Racing Network for those regular viewers, there was a low car count, so we're unable to get that broadcast. And they were like, Marty, drive instead. It's Oswego. I'm like, okay, I'll drive. Why not? Do a one-off. They may have me do a race tomorrow. Who knows? So, all right, field is locked and loaded. Ready to come back to the green flag. Dean Reynolds, Jesse Bandy, row 1. Steven Stewart, Gavin Chatham, row 2. Kyle Moonen, John Short, row 3. Blake Chapman, Rick Main, row 4. Tally Labari and Jeff Barker round out the top 10. So we're back to green. Here we go.
Green, green, green.
Gotta watch out for that 20 of Blake Chapman. Had the quickest lap. Now our feature so far to 14:58, challenging John Short for 6th. If he can get it done, trouble for Brad Waite off the course in turn 4. And so that makes the fall-off count now at 24, folks. Jesse Bandy challenging Steven Stewart for the 2nd position, and we go back to yellow once more. I'm not too sure what the yellow flag is for. Nothing popped up on my screen. We'll have to... Lights are already on there, and it was for Brad Waite, maybe. Do we have something on the front straight go down? Maybe here? I don't know what that yellow was for. You know what? Brad was merging back onto the course. And It was a dangerous situation, so that's what brought out the yellow flag. So get the field stacked back up once again. Biggest mover so far in this feature is currently Patrick Spangler. Started 23rd, he is up to the 12th position at the moment. So nice run for the high side banger. Tyler Wilson also making some gains, Patrick's teammate. After he was a late call to grid. He was tardy to the track. Steve King Foundation pace truck is in. Single file restarts for the rest of this one. Dino brings us back to green. Steven Stewart looking for the lead on Reynolds. Doesn't work though. Stewart had just a teeny tiny slide job. So let's see if he can make the bottom work a lot like what Gavin Chatham did in our Rebels feature. Good battle for the lead, good battle for third between the Bandyville teammates. Jesse Bandy and Kyle Moonen going to work. Gavin Chatham in fifth. And the quickest driver on track right now is that Brood to Beast, Jeff Barker. Running in seventh last time by. This time loses a spot to Tally Ulabari. Trouble for Chad Cote. As the Goose is taking her pit side. A lot of good action all the way around the racetrack. We watch Barker in short for seventh. Best battle on the track, and there's Spangler into the picture as well in that 39. Could the high side banger at his home track go for the back trouble? Barker sideways, what a save from the Brood to Beast. Loses a ton of spots down to 16th position. Gavin Chatham, Kyle Moonen, that's the battle on track for fourth. And Chatham hangs on to it for right now. Rick Main nearly 4 wide. No! Dino just crashed. Off the track goes the leader. Oh no! The heartbreak of the night. While leading and looking for his first Renegades win. This is the battle for the top spot. Steven Stewart, Jesse Bandy. And Bandy leads. And Kyle Moonen crashes. That's a big wreck in turn 4. Wow, we got a lot of things to break down here, people. Already showed you Jeff Barker. Let's go to Chad Cote first. In the back of the field here. Just got sideways. Turn 3, lost it. 25. Then we go to Dino. This happened in turns 1 and 2. Both professionally and personally, I feel bad for him. Oh, man. You hate to see that happen while leading. And this is the big wreck that took Kyle Moonen out of this one for not for good yet, because he has a quick repair. As he goes off track and a massive impact. I've seen that hit in the past in real life, and that ain't good. So we had 3 fall-offs. At 27, we could be going towards 30 here tonight. Come to the green flag this time by. Let's go to the 5-lap average and show you who the best driver on track is at the moment. It's the 4th place driver, Patrick Spangler, who has the fastest car right now, trying to go from last to first. Looking for 2nd, maybe, past Steven Stewart. What a jump. Immediately to 3rd past Gavin Chatham. Goes for the 2-for-1 discount. He's up to the runner-up spot. Jesse Bandy, you've got company, and Spangler just had the fastest lap of the night that last time by at a 14:49. For the lead on Jesse Bandy. What a performance this is from Patrick Spangler. Trying to answer back to what was Brendan Lacey's performance earlier this season, where he went from the back to the front, or it was from the front to the back to the front. That was a couple weeks ago. Back at Williams Grove. And Patrick Spangler is trying to do it at his hometown track. Spangler had to start from the back of this one because of the incident, because he spun out in turn 4 in the final lap. And now is a chance at the race lead on Jesse Bandy. Great bite off for turn number 2 for the high side Spangler, and he goes through to the point. Patrick Spangler leads on lap 21. But now Bandy, time to fight back, which he does. Throw through it in there. Spangler once more. This time doesn't go for the slide job. So they're side by side. Bandy takes the lead back. And now Gavin Chatham and Rick Main become factors. How about Main? Started 14th and he's up to 4th. Right now, there are 5 drivers on track up at least 10 spots. We mentioned Spangler up 21 to 2nd. Rick Main up 10 to 4th. Christopherson up 14 to 6th. Schatzer up 15 to 9th. Head up 11 to 11th. Pardon me, under yellow. This is for Tyler Wilson. Brandon. Bear with me. Here's why for John Hyde. Contact with Ulibarri sent him around. He was below the racing surface. The Macho Man was right on the top side of the track. Go off course in 4, he did. Just like Kyle Moonen. Ooh, Dittmer just nipped him. So that puts our fall off count tonight to 28. Spangler in second. Bandy with a close call, nearly giving up the lead, but was able to fight back to restart at the head of the table. Points leader coming on in, by the way, without drops, up 13 on Blake Chapman, 15 on Patrick Spangler. For those wondering where the salesman is, Chapman's in 10th. Pretty good on these big tracks as well. Won at Eldora earlier this season as we're back to green. 11 laps to go in our Renegades feature. Bandy holds serve. Spangler trying to come back. This time switches to the outside line. 3 wide for 3rd. Main in the middle. Chatham stays in 3rd. Main 4th. And in 5th, Steven Stewart. How about Clay Christopherson? What a drive he has had today in the sprint cars. Rebels up 14 spots, finished 3rd. Spangler, though, for the race lead on Bandy. Bandy led the line. Spangler threw it over the slider. He's got the lead, crisscrossed by the Bandy Belt Master. We're coming to 8 laps to go this time by. Slider from Bandy. Spangler counters, and the Bandy still leads. Kurt Schatzer, caution. To good. Dittmer, Wilson also involved. And same with Dean Reynolds, too. So Bandy remains the race leader. Here's the replay on what happened with Superman. Ooh, Barker caught the... No, this was it. Oh, big crash. Schatzer came up into Dean Reynolds. 79 went for a wild barrel roll. And that most certainly will end Dino's night. And I gotta tell you, this race is a heartbreaking one for Dean. That's gonna be one that got away from him. If you don't remember, I'll say this too. His first ever win in Coast to Coast, I believe ever. We knew it was in Rebels, but may have been ever. It came at Lernerville. Beat G.J. Boydell. I still remember doing it. Isaac and I on the call for that one, as him and I were extremely hyped to see that happen. But now it comes down to Jesse Bandy and Patrick Spangler. Spangler trying to put the red, white, and blue 39 in victory lane tonight. I think I know why he's got the one-off scheme. I don't want to say why. We'll ask him after the race should he finish in the top 3. Lights are off, coming back to green. Bandy, Spangler, Chatham, Maine, Christopherson the top 5. Stewart 6, Short 7, Chapman 8th, Shreves 9th, and Lacey 10th. Here we come to the green flag. 7 laps of racing remain. Bandy hangs on to the front. Different lines. Spangler may be trying to set up for 3 and 4. We'll have to see. But Bandy holds serve. Spangler, the big launch in 3 and 4. Does he take the lead? No. Oh, Dino merged down the track. Look out. Oh, my. Holy cow, that could have been dangerous. How nobody hit him, I don't know. That's the second, if not third, caution we've seen tonight. This Renegades feature. For someone stopped. He tried to gas it, then realized leaders were right there. Oh my gosh! Nearly took out Chatham, Landis. Oh my. That is extremely tight. Like, I get Dino's trying to stay on the lead lap, but I mean, you're not going to have any time. Plus, I believe that was over pit road speed. Look at how tight that was. Short, too. Great camera. That's a great camera there. Istvan from Track Cams by Gourmet sets up the onboards for the sprint cars. Special thanks to him for lending me that about a year or two ago. So we try this once again. Big restart here with 4 laps remaining in this one. Will it be Bandy? Will it be Spangler pulling off the ultimate comeback? Or anyone behind him? Let's see what happens. 5 laps of racing to go, correction, not 4. Once again, different lines. On board with Spangler. Bandy defends the bottom. But Spangler may have a chance in 1 and 2. Let's see. 4 laps of race to go here. Gavin Chatham trying to become a factor in this in case the top 2 make a mistake. That way he can pounce. Much better exit from Spangler compared to Bandy. Bandy better in 3 and 4. Spangler 1 and 2. It's his advantage. 3 laps to go. Chatham underneath for second. Just what Bandy wants. Rick May trying to get his first ever podium on a Monday night. But Spangler is right there. Up to the tail, take up Bandy with 2 to go. Looks underneath. Great defense from Jesse Bandy, but Spangler low. Bandy got a little tight as he pushed up. Wing to wing into turn 3. Spangler sends it in, and the 39 caution waves. Not what he wanted again. We go to overtime with Bandy in front. Spangler just cannot catch a break. Unbelievable. I believe this is every race we have had tonight has gone to overtime. If not, it was just the open 358s. Steven Stewart and John Short, the reasons for the yellow. Racing for a position. Right there is the contact. And boy, if you're Spangler, you got to be frustrated at that. Because now it's only 2 laps and he didn't secure the lead at the line. If you had the lead at the line, that's probably ball game for the 39. But that was the perfect thing that Bandy wanted. I always say, when we have a 2-lap shootout, you always get the freebie lap with 2 to go. So this is going to be very tough for Spangler here. He has to time this restart perfectly if he wants a shot at this win. It's going to be wild here, folks.
Green, green, green.
Spangler trying to time it. He did time it well. Great restart from the top 3. And now Spangler trying to set up 3 and 4 here. Great exit for the 39. He's got a chance at it. Looks underneath for the race lead. Bandy tries to counter it. Spangler takes her out front. White flag, 1 to go. Still side by side. Bandy slide jobs on Patrick Spangler. The 39. One last shot at 3 and 4. He's going to have to send it on the high side. Bandy defends. Checkered waves. Jesse Bandy holds on to the win. Spangler second, Chatham third, Chapman fourth, Rick Main fifth. What a heck of a race tonight at Lernerville. This one's going to be talked about for a while in the coast-to-coast lore, folks. Oh, baby. Let's just confirm this here on the fall-off count. Jack Head had reports that he crashed. Brennan Lacey with a bumper. Yes, it does. So the fall-off count tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it hit. Took a lick on his lid. Final fall-off count tonight is 29. So here's a look at the results here from the evening. Bandy with a big win to hold off Patrick Spangler. What a margin. 1/10.5 to win it. Chatham third, Chapman fourth, Main fifth. Clay Christopherson, another great run tonight. From 20th to 6th at the end. Phenomenal performance all night long for the 051. While he did not win, has to be pleased with the night he had. So looking at some other finishers here. Brendan Lacey finished in 9th after he moved Jack Hitt out of the way. A look at 11th through 20th. Rough breaks from a lot of drivers. Steven Stewart, one of them. Obviously, we know what the heartbreak goes to here tonight. And that, of course, is Dean Reynolds, leading a bunch of laps early, then falling off in turn number 2. So we begin with your third place finisher here tonight in Gavin Chatham. Gavin, I have a feeling I know what you were hoping for there in those final laps, hoping the top 2 would collide so you would have a chance at it.
I mean, it's always nice to get a gifted win, I guess. But no, I want to race it out with those guys. Those 2 guys are the couple of the fastest in this league, and I'd like to beat them. But you know, sometimes the luck falls in your way as well. and I wouldn't be upset about that either. But we had a great car tonight. The car was really fast up top. And I tell you what killed me more than hopefully hoping them to. I was hoping it was going to go green the whole time. Those short little runs didn't help me. I got the top rolling, and I felt like I was just as fast, if not faster, than both of those two guys, Patrick and Jesse, and it could have gave them a fight as well. But it just took too long to get that, a couple laps to get that top rolling again. And yeah, the cautions hurt us more than anything. But congrats to Jesse on the win, and Patrick also a nice run. We all had a good race going on there.
How about the performance you had in all 3 races tonight? Every finish you had was on the podium, so well done.
Thank you. Hopefully the monkey's off our back now, or the bad luck, whatever, is off our back, and we get some good runs in here. We have the speed every week. It's just we've just been getting caught up in some nonsense, and the driver hasn't been 100% focused. So, but hopefully we're back. It was a good night for all of us. Second, a third, or second, first, and third. So I'll definitely take that for sure.
Who do you want to give shout outs to?
I just want to thank you guys for doing an awesome job with the broadcast. I want to thank Coast to Coast Racing, all the admin sponsors, everybody that puts this league on, allows us to come up here and race and have a good time and put on a good show for everybody. I just want to thank Chatham Motorsports, My Chick Motorsports Design, Velocity Race Design, Miller Time Motorsports, and Northeast Outlaw Motorsports. Thank you all the sponsors. I just want to thank the fans for coming out and watching on YouTube or wherever, Facebook, wherever it's broadcasted. And I hope we put on a good show for you guys. I know I say it all the time, but I really do hope we put on a good show for everybody. And I hope you guys enjoy the race. And I just want to thank my fans as well for coming out and supporting.
You absolutely did. Great run tonight. Well done.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Gavin Chatham with a 3rd place finish here. 2nd place finisher, Patrick Spangler. Dang, man. I tell you what, you had probably one of the best timed restarts I have seen in a green-white checkered. What more, though, did you need for Jesse tonight?
Probably could have waited to throw that slider to the 3 and 4, I guess. But, I mean, if we could just get any sort of green flag run there at the end. I think I had him pass twice and a caution came out. So just how the cautions came out, just a roller coaster night, missed on qualifying big time. I had a good heat race. I tried sending it around the top, see if I could get a run on Tyler, send her over the top. So I was happy to escape with a second here, I guess.
Patrick, I think I know the answer to this question, but I don't want to assume anything in here, but I do want to ask you. Why the red, white, and blue paint scheme? Why the new paint scheme here tonight? I think I know the answer, though.
I had it for, I want a red, white, and blue one because we do a lot of 4th of July stuff, and then I was going to do it in the Nationals next week. At least have it qualifying night 1, and then run my normal scheme on the finals night. But then, everything in the world right now, just I felt the red, white, and blue was for tonight.
Great to hear, man. Great to hear. Well, hey, you gave it your all. What a charge tonight from 23rd to finish 2nd. I know bonus points aren't a thing here in Hard Charger, but, man, I wish I could give those to you. So who do you want to give shout-outs to on this run?
Just you and Brandon for the awesome broadcast every Monday. Rod for the league. Triangles Racing had Tyler in here tonight. That was cool to have him back, even though his wheel shut off on him, so he gave up his 2nd place starting spot last. Kamikaze Wraps and Velocity Race Designs for the wraps I run. And just all the sponsors that are sponsoring next week's Nationals. And Dad, Uncle back home watching.
All right, we'll let you go. Great job tonight, Patrick. Looking forward to seeing
Thanks.
you on either Thursday or next week.
Yep, sounds good.
So Spangler finishes 2nd. Now we go to Victory Lane to talk with your winner, Jesse Bandy. Oh, my goodness. You had to earn that one, that's for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yep, got a little lucky there. Cautions kept Spangler behind us, and I mean he was quicker tonight. That's for sure.
Going into that final restart, did you expect him to time that restart as well as he did, like staying right on your bumper? Because normally, from what we see on restarts, the leader easily able to hold serve, but Spangler was right on you there.
Well, I was switching it up, and I was going to fire late there, and I was surprised to see the green fall as quick as it did. So the green fell, and we were still in 4 there, and I was kind of surprised. So that caught me off guard. I was going to switch it up. I was firing early most of the evening, and that one caught me off guard.
How about this performance for you as a whole tonight? Going on in, you had the points lead without the drops, And now with this win, no damages. No damage as well, if I recall correctly. No incident points, so you extend that points lead.
Yeah, I don't know. I try not to focus on the points. I just try to have a good, clean run and bring the car home. It's the points are just, it is what it is. I don't get too wrapped up in that. We're in a long season yet, a lot of racing to go. So.
Absolutely, yeah. Next week, the Knoxville Nationals. How are you feeling going on, Nane? And do you think what's it going to take for you to win it all?
I won't even be in town, unfortunately, so I'm gonna miss that one. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Hopefully, the car count's good and track gets wore in well, and that'll be a fun one to watch.
Well, what about one of your drivers? That leads to say, I know it was, I believe, 2022. Moonen won it all. What about one of your drivers?
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, we'll see how many of them are gonna enter and see who can do what. Goldner, he might be able to pull it off. Moonen, if he shows up, he's always got a shot. Lacey's got a shot. So, I mean, any one of them three could very easily do it if they make an appearance.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
Velocity Race Designs, everybody over at Vandybilt, Bio.com, Dirt Doctor Trucking, and you guys for the broadcast.
We'll let you go. Congratulations. A great win. Well done.
Appreciate you. Thanks.
So Jesse Bandy celebrates an Extreme E-Speed TV victory lane here tonight. Well, let's bring the booth cam back on here. Brandon, what a night. What some incredible racing we had at Lernerville. Final thoughts as we approach next week's Knoxville Nationals.
Oh yeah, Lernerville always brings out some good racing, especially with the Renegades. Those guys up top, they always know how to put on a show. Yeah, but can't wait for next week, man. I still gotta get signed up. Still gotta get all ready to go, and looking to make this quite the spectacle to watch.
You better get in because the event will be open up to 100 drivers. Max I rating is 3,000 for non-league members. Current league members, you can join for 15. Non-league, you can join for 20. Open setup 360s. All 4 days. All 4 days is going to be a lot of fun, and again, of course, all proceeds going towards the Steve King Foundation. And I cannot wait as well, not only just for this race, but also after the race when you guys are in Knoxville and get to present the check just like we all did last year at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. So with that being said, that is going to wrap things up here for tonight. Slide Job Racing Network will be back with you tomorrow for Tuesday Night Cluster Truck, possibly. We will be back guaranteed Thursday at Lucas Oil Speedway for Thursday Night Thunder. So that'll do it for us here tonight on behalf of everyone with the Coast to Coast Racing League and the network, all the fine drivers, admins, and sponsors, Roger Craig and his great group of race control teams. On behalf of Brandon Dittmer, I'm Marty Sakala saying so long. Congratulations to your race winners here tonight at Lernerville. We will talk to you all in just a couple of days. So long, everyone. We are clear.